just look at somebody and know that he's got two aces.
So I apologize because I think I was under the impression based on the text that they found the guy who folded aces pre-flop.
Right.
Nobody was sending
interviewed
it in. Nobody was sending it in to defend me. That was...
Well, no, it was the Holly Hills Hustler who said previously that your statement was the most asinine statement ever said on the show. No one is folding pocket aces. And then, moments later, he sent in a screenshot. He said, I'm not going to watch this video, but apparently it happened according to this title.
No, it was talking to people that would never happen.
There is a video of somebody like Poker After Dark folding ace in pre-flop, but the backstory was it was just this regular Joe Schmo. Just won a huge pot against Phil Hellmuth and had like 150 grand. I think his wife had cancer as well, so like he wasn't going to play another hand.
Yeah.
That was like the backstory of that. But I haven't seen that one from 2022.
That's a cash game situation.
Yeah.
You can quit at any time, though, right? At any time during the game, you can get up and walk away with your winnings?
Cash game, yes.
In a cash game, yes. Tournament,
Why didn't he
chips have no value.
Why didn't he just leave before he even got the aces?
Because he's hanging out with a bunch of pros, and I'm sure on TV there is a protocol of when you can probably cash out in those cash games.
Yeah.
Guys, one time I turned down two sexy co-eds coming back to my place for an MFF. They wanted me, and I was the favorite to take them home, but there were a couple of other guys at the bar, so I folded. That's from It's Kathy.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well, there are some parallels.
Yeah, that was great.
No casino in St. Louis plays 2-4 no limit. Thanks, that's from the Total Package, and he's sending in screenshots of the games.
Well, things
Okay, now
change
you've-
at
now you've had
casinos
it.
as well.
The production staff on this show is amazingly bad. That's from Harrison's brother Master. He is in particular upset.
Why? They sent in a video and we just played the audio. And
You and Harrison's brother Master have been sideways for a long time.
just look at his name, like
Yeah.
stupid ass name.
Yeah. Is it possible the video
funny
went
to a
longer
third grader.
and they did find somebody who folded on aces?
Well, I saw it on TV, so obviously somebody has folded. But they didn't talk to everybody at the tournament. They probably talked to these people you've heard of before.
Well, that video that was sent was from the 2022 main event, so this year. So this video is like a week or two old, maybe.
Oh.
Maybe, well,
Fresh.
why would they ask that question? Unless maybe somebody did. So they're asking these seasoned veterans who all said never. So there had to be a reason why they asked these guys, would you ever fold pocket aces, kings, pre-flop?
Maybe that led to the investigation.
Mr. Licks has issued a statement. Mr. Licks very active on the phone lines lately. Iggy, your ability to spin every segment into an hour about you is impressive. Today it's going to be the poker thing again. Monday it was about Cindy, which you could have ended in about 30 seconds with proof, but then you let it drag on the entire show because you love the attention. It's truly impressive. That's from Mr. Licks. I have to defend Iggy here. The Cindy thing was me reading an email, and with this, somebody brought up Iggy and the pocket aces this morning. Doug, again, we were prepared to talk Packy.
Sure we were. That was going to be the first two segments.
Yeah, and I don't have to defend myself against Cindy. You could have ended it right there. I don't have nothing to prove to anybody. Maybe Cindy can email in and let him know if I played pocket aces or not, or folded them. She would know.
She sure
Seems
would.
to know everything else I do.
Yeah.
She can get out of my bushes.
Tim, my apologies for that video. I should have pre-checked the video. I just saw the title. That's from the Holly Hills Hustler.
Oh.
Doug, there's some accountability.
Okay.
Even though you don't have to apologize for it.
No.
Hate textures are the absolute worst. Worse than using a crusty sock when you thought it was clean. I am Team Iggy. That's from Danny Tanner.
Thanks, Danny.
Okay.
I think a lot of people are Team Iggy. They just have fun.
Guys, what's worse, folding pocket aces pre-flop or someone saying they need 48 hours before deciding whether or not they'll have anal sex with their girlfriend? Thanks. That's from Rockyos Guma. Doug, should we put that poll up on the app?
Both are,
I guess.
or plays. You don't have to like them.
Jackson, you'd make that play again.
Yeah.
Iggy, you'd make your play again.
My policy.
Doug, these are two guys who are...
48 hours.
Men of principle.
I'll get back to you. Hold that thought. I need 2 days.
I was in the tank for a little bit. I didn't say I need 48 hours to think about my hand, but I was in the tank for a bit.
Did you turn over the aces and throw them out there and let the boys know that you...
I wasn't going to let anybody know.
that
The kind of mindset you have.
That would have been hilarious.
This donkey just folded aces.
But I think that would have worked because they would never have a clue what you were holding at any time once you fold the aces pre-flop.
Yeah.
Or
This guy's nuts. We don't know what to think of him. Yeah, it could have been a very clever meta play.
Worked out.
I would have got such a boner. I wouldn't have thought about folding. I just would have been instant call.
Yeah. Well, you never know. It's what makes the world go around, different strokes for different folks. Doug Vaughn here alongside Ryan Kelly, the home loan expert. Ryan, inflation very high. Interest rates are high. It's a tough market out there, and yet you're finding a way to help people pay off some of those high-interest credit cards.
Absolutely. One of our most popular loan programs is a cash-out refinance, and that's where you're able to tap into your equity and pull that cash out to help get caught up on bills, pay off debts, credit cards, make home improvements, whatever you like. Let me give you a good example. Let's say that right now your house would appraise for $400,000, and you owe $300,000. That means you have $100,000 in equity right now. And with that cash out refinance, we go in and replace your current loan with a new loan, and we pull that equity and give it to you at closing. In fact, our average client last year received over $54,000 at closing with a simple cash out refi. How much can you get? What would you do with that money? Would it change your life? Well, let's find out now. Got questions? Ready to get pre-approved? Visit thehomeloanexpert.com.
Hello, it's Jackson for Rosalita's. TMA listeners know that Rosalita's Cantina has the best patio and the best Tex-Mex in town. From tableside guac to piled high nachos, the amazing menu at Rosalita's is full of classic Mexican dishes. Plus, it's always time for a margarita, and Rosalita's has the most delicious house and specialty margs in town. Enjoy happy hour specials Monday through Friday from 3 to 6, and let Rosalita's cater your next event. Check out rosalitascantina.com or visit the downtown or DePere location today. Time to get your fiesta on at Rosalita's.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with a great TMA sponsor, and that is Longo Biggs Injury Law Firm. And you may hear a bunch of out-of-state law firms advertising here and there all over on billboards and so on and so forth. But the thing is, oftentimes their goal is to just settle and move on, and that's not what you guys do.
Yeah, this is CD Longo, and you hear us talking a lot about maximizing the value of cases, but what does that actually mean? Well, as Tim said, there's lots of personal injury lawyers in St. Louis, and everyone handles cases differently. We focus on getting the highest dollar amount for your injuries, not just getting a resolution quickly. We're constantly tracking all the settlements and verdicts in the area. This helps us advise our clients on whether a settlement offer is too low. And if the amount of compensation being offered is too low, we are happy to file lawsuits and proceed to trial to ensure our clients receive an amount that is fair. Visit our website or Google us at Longo Biggs Injury Law.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day. Rise and shine, St. Louis. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. At the Morning After STL on YouTube and on TMASTL.com with Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Iggy Strode, The Plowboy, and Action Jackson.
7:07 in St. Louis. You're listening to the Ryan Kelly Morning After. Welcome to the Michelob Ultra Studios. Munganess, St. Louis Acura, Alton Toyota, 7 o'clock hour. It is May 30th, 2023 in St. Louis. Timothy Michael McKernan, Douglas Elvin Vaughn, Kenneth Iggy Strode, the Plowhawk, Action Jackson with you. Come on in, friends. You're going to find that the water is warm. 314-881-TMA5, EDF group text inbox. Call in. We want to take phone calls today to find out what you did this weekend and if you did run into Sapphic Play. 636-9004 TMA. And, of course, email in for our Design Air Heating and Cooling email today, the morning after at InsideSTL.com. Design Air Service. I mean, here we are, Doug. It's summertime. Watch this. Summertime. Summertime. Nice. You went high with low. That's good. Design Air Heating and Cooling is going to take care of your air conditioning. It is time. And, Iggy, you've been monitoring this forecast closely. Here we go for the first time. 90s Saturday, 90s Sunday, 90s Monday, 90s Tuesday. If that air conditioning isn't working, you are screwed. Work with Seth Goldcamp at Design Air Heating and Cooling online at designairservice.com.
I mean, 90 today.
Is that right?
I have it at 90. I don't know what your app does.
My app says high of 89.
Oh, there you go.
So it will be 90?
I think so.
There you go, Doug.
Well, that's fine. It's summer.
If they're give or take a degree, or is it going to be
It's
the
90.
9 in front of it
Take a
today?
degree.
I'm okay with that. I complain so much about winter. I can't complain in summer. I'm fine with this. I'd prefer it to be 73, but it's not going to be.
Well,
So
take care of
90's okay.
Take care of your air conditioning with
Okay.
Seth Goldcamp, DesignAirService.com. Doug and I are both clients. Why don't you support the sponsors? That's the name of the game. Buck Swope's already won the Design Air Heating and Cooling Email of the Day for the month of May. Convincing win. And only 2 days left in the month of May. And I think he is making a hell of a case for being the Milagro Tequila Listener of the Month in the month of May. So that's going to be a fun vote tomorrow in the Papal Conclave for the Milagro Tequila Listener of the Month. Milagro Tequila, welcome to a brighter side of tequila. Boy, they are loaded up in the text inbox. Doug, the show starts, and they want to be the lead. You said, Plowhawk wanted to talk about the Cardinals and the fun stretch, get some of the better teams in baseball, the Reds, the Guardians, and the Royals. Anytime you have 3 straight series against teams from the Central Divisions, you know you're up against it.
This is when you fatten up.
That's not necessarily the way it's worked. But you were insistent on talking about the Pope, Joseph Paul, and Brett Hinnon playing their Memorial Day matchup. You and your family had a chance to go out there. I know you had a cookout, tailgated yesterday at Gateway National.
Oh, really? You were out there too?
I was not out there.
I didn't see it.
Jackson's show notes are screwed up then.
No, I wasn't out there.
Plowsy took his pop-up out there after his
you
Memorial Day
took the
weekend.
pop-up?
Yeah, I had a pop-up at 7. Yeah.
Oh, how'd that go?
Oh, you were at number 7. 7 can be a dangerous golf hole.
Yeah.
Especially when a pop-up is out there in the rough.
There's a pop-up, and it's a par 3, so you have to hit over the pop-up to negotiate the foliage. Doug, you had the famous coin toss. It was an unfortunate coin toss because...
They dropped it twice.
Right. Then a number of people were raging, supporters of Brett Hinnon, saying that it was not fair because the Pope, Joseph Paul, said that he had a facial infection? Is that what it was?
I think his face was infected, something like that. So I couldn't play.
And that's why Bob Golby won the Masters, is correct?
Right, because Roberto DiVincenzo had a facial infection at 18. Said, all right, you're out.
Couldn't see
You may have had the best score, but you're out.
Couldn't see his scorecard, and he just kind of signed
correct.
something.
So they played. They were granted an extension. Sean Barnes of Gateway National hosted it yesterday. Doug, you and the family were out there for that tailgate. Plowhawks pop-up was on number 7. And the Pope, Joseph Paul, it went to extra holes.
It did.
But he defeated Brett Hinnon.
Oh, did he?
I guess it took place on the 19th hole, which would be number 1. And what did you see?
I saw nothing. I see a Shishawali tournament unfolding, and I'm not going to be out there to look at it.
Michelob Ultra sponsors it. 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbs.
Well, they do a fantastic job, of course.
It's only worth it if you enjoy it.
The golf itself, not so much. So we're down to what, the quarterfinals?
The Sweet 16.
Oh, okay.
The Sweet 16. And the Pope, Joseph Paul, was criticized. The critics said he did not want to play Brett Hinnon. He was avoiding Brett Hinnon, who's a 1.3. Is that what you have him as, a 1.3?
I don't have him as anything.
And
Let's put our golf where our mouths are.
There you go. And the Pope did, and the Pope was victorious. Stunning.
Okay. All right.
Dougie,
That's our lead story. That's it. Of all the things that happened. Got a Game 7 in the NBA. Got a Game 6 in the NHNL. We got a ball club falling apart. Now with the most losses of any team in the National League. And we're talking about this Shishawali golf tournament. I'm tired of it.
I want to talk about Emilio Grillo.
Doug, what about Emilio?
What have you got to say about that?
Amelia Bedelia.
Well, he double bogeyed 18 and won in a playoff, and I think I had him.
Oh, well, that's exciting. That's it.
Doug, the leads, you disagree with them. You don't think it should have been the Pope, Joseph Paul, and then the follow-up shouldn't have been Emilio Grillo.
Hey, Tim, you had a Lexi Thompson take on Monday that was out of this world.
Nice going, Tim.
We had Tim in Vegas. We had Plowsy in the pop-up.
In Staunton.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I saw
we
that
had a
pop-up.
fun weekend.
I saw it.
Plowhawk and I were texting on Saturday. I was in Las Vegas doing some, just tending to some, Doug, I would call it light business.
Oh, is that right?
I was very surprised.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it just shows you what the tone of the Las Vegas trip was. That I was working on Sound Story while out there. But I texted the Plowhawk. I said, hey, asked him a couple questions on some of the production on Sound Story for pay purposes, and we both wished each other well. Let's go have threesomes.
Oh.
Were you successful?
No, I figured you would have a better success rate since I was with my buddy, his sister.
Oh.
I mean, and there were probably just as many dogs at the table than there was humans. So I
Was
wouldn't.
that an analogy or literal dogs?
No, there were literal dogs. Sorry, that I didn't really think about it. It can go the other way. No, no threesome, but was fantastic.
Where'd you pitch this camper?
Just my buddy property there.
Staunton.
Yeah.
In his backyard.
Yeah, I would say side backyard, yeah.
In
We wanted to
side
give it a
yard.
nice, easy test run, you know? Not put it out in the middle of nowhere where there are no humans, just in case something does go awry.
If it went wrong, you were going to check into his house.
Very confident after this run, and we had a great time. Caught a couple fish.
Oh, did you?
Absolutely.
Bluegill?
They were. Just some little guys. We did see some big catfish, and we were using, like, gizzards or what?
Gizzards?
Chicken gizzards?
Chicken livers. Thank
Liver
you
and
very
gizzard.
much.
They have both gizzards,
It's
too.
one of the smelliest baits, but I tried for like 2 hours to try to catch any catfish and couldn't.
Nothing.
Probably, yeah. I love chicken livers. And every time I go to Schnucks and I put it on the counter, and she scans it. Are you going fishing? No, I actually eat these.
Liver and onions.
Well, that, but chicken livers.
Yeah, I like liver.
I don't know. I guess nobody eats it. They just use it for bait.
Yeah, we did, and it was just a great weekend. It was just, I mean, picture perfect. The weather
looked like it was glorious here. Was I wrong?
was unreal. Like
God
it was
bless.
85, 84,
Wow,
maybe
wow.
Heavy breeze where we were. Which
Oh, the
was
hawk was
great.
up?
Oh, they're great for camping. We were in the shade. Oh man.
So at nighttime, you went and slept in this camper.
Oh,
Pop up.
Yeah, yeah. I had a bunch of snick snacks. I think I ate 10 honey buns
Oh,
on the trip. Which
gosh.
everybody who camps usually demolishes a box of honey buns in 30 hours.
That's a real woodsman's treat.
But when you had to go to the restroom, you'd go inside the house.
Yeah. So
That's
like
a
I
pretty
said,
good way to camp.
but we did have a porta-john.
Oh, you did you?
Well, our little. We did not use it. No, we will when we're out and about.
Will, yeah.
But no, just decided to use their facilities
Oh.
when we needed to go. But really, we just wanted to test run it out, and it was great. Wanted to make sure the dogs could sleep in it okay.
And you got it on and off the trailer hitch with no problem.
No problem at all.
Look
We're
at
pros
you.
now. Madison does a great job backing it up.
Any fishtailing on the highway?
Good
No, the highway is a little nerve-wracking, though. But it doesn't sway or anything, so it just, you can kind of feel it back there.
Uh-huh.
No,
Well,
it was
this
a great
is some
trip.
trip.
I mean, it wasn't Vegas, but it was certainly well worth the excursion.
I was on no sleep, Doug, on Friday, and then the flight was delayed 4 hours. And I'm sitting at my home at 4 p.m. thinking, I guess we're just not going to wind up going because the flight was supposed to take off in the afternoon. Then it became 4 o'clock. Then it became 5:30. Then it became 6:15. And I go, I think they're going to cancel this thing. And we're not going to go. And I'm exhausted anyway.
Sure you
and
are.
at this point, not going to get there until late. It's kind of pointless. And it's a scene that isn't necessarily my style of scene in Las Vegas on Memorial Day weekend. A lot of NBA jerseys and those big, I talked about them last week. What are those called? Like you see them at Mardi Gras. Hurricanes? It is kind of that style of like a lot of that going on. But we love the restaurants there. We wind up going, and but I went to bed at 11 o'clock, and 11:30 on the 3 nights we were there. I didn't gamble once, and maybe had like 10 drinks at the most. That would be on the high side, and they were mostly at dinner. So, totally different style of Las Vegas trip than the ones that I had.
You're slowing down. You're slowing down.
That's what 2 children will do that to
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, good meals and you relaxed.
That's what it was.
That's all it is.
That's what it was. Played golf one time, didn't gamble, and went to Plowhawk because I was dining. This is the restaurant people will email me when they're going to Las Vegas. So I'm going to say it. I want to say it loud and clear for the people. Doug, it's called Kabuto. Although I would imagine the Japanese pronunciation would be like Kabuto or something like that. Watch this, Kabuto.
Oh.
And I did look at I mean, it does look tremendous. I had to take a peer, gander online, a little Google search, and it looks.
I don't even know how. It's just if you're into sushi, and that is the absolute. So I'm sitting there dining on Saturday night, peeking in this place that only has, like, I think, space for 12 people,
That's what
watching the final 3 seconds of the Heat and Celtics, which winds up being Albert Pujols, Brad Lidge, considering what happened last night in Game 7. And I'm thinking to myself, while I'm sitting there with my wife, the only two whites in the place, I really wish the Plowhawk and Madison, who I know are sushi aficionados, could experience this.
Sure.
And hopefully there's rumblings of a TMA trip to Las Vegas. Doug, watch this. There's rumblings of a TMA trip to Las Vegas. And should that happen, I'm curious what you guys will think if you get to experience this. Because you know what it is, Doug, when you have a chance to enjoy that nigiri?
What?
It's like a mouth orgy.
Oh.
And the thing that I would say, if you ever had Pop Rocks when you were a tyke, you ever had Pop Rocks?
Oh, man,
they
that brings
explode
me
in your
back,
mouth.
dude.
Somehow your tongue, and I, as you've said, have the tongue of a hummingbird.
Oh.
My tongue is stimulated in so many different places because the flavor is all over the day. I've never had anything like it, and I want you to experience it, and those who are in our audience who go to Las Vegas. In a way, I don't want to tell the secrets. It's like when I saw the great Antonio Esfandiari there, Doug, the magician.
Yeah.
Great poker player, ESPN poker guy. And Anna Marie recognized him. Like I said, there's only 12 people in the place. This wasn't this time. It was a few years ago. And we talked, and he goes, how the hell did you guys find out about this place being from St. Louis? I said, I had a friend who told me about it. It's kind of a little secret thing, but it's the move. So that's where you need to go. And then we went to Sinatra at Encore on Sunday night, which is phenomenal. I think we were the only Americans in that joint. So
That's when you know it's good as well.
Yeah, and I was probably one of the younger people there, too. Just young, rich, or not young, older, rich Europeans is what I was surrounded by. So those are my two official restaurant recommendations. But Doug, watch this. Kabuto.
Oh.
I think I'm saying it right.
Kabuto.
Yeah, I think that might be
You got to say it really fast. Kabuto.
Yeah.
No, but me and Madison love Vegas too, for sure. And we've been there twice now and have yet to had any kind of Vegas sushi experience. So when you've talked about it several of occasions, on air and off air, I feel like I need to prepare, get myself into a nice big hunger so I can actually enjoy a lot of the different treats that are out there. But I really hope there is a TMA Vegas trip.
There are rumblings.
That it just
What would we do out there?
sign anything we want.
Orgy.
That's the best place.
We'd have
It's
an
so
orgy in a cabana. For sure, we'd have at least one orgy.
Well, we are wild partiers in this group.
Yeah, that's why I
For
went
sure.
to bed at 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Now, in fairness on going to bed at 11 o'clock, it's 1 a.m. Pacific, or 1 a.m. Central Time. And I am now on a schedule where if I go to bed past 10 o'clock, it's weird. So, but with that said, we're like walking in, I'm going, I got to tell you, I want to go to bed.
Yeah.
And I'm just candidly appalled at myself.
Well,
That's where I am.
Nothing good ever happens after 7:30.
But in Vegas, me and Madison, the last time we went, even the time before, we may have gambled. Probably both times we've been to Vegas, probably $150 total gambling. And I'm not talking losses, just gambling in general. So there's a lot to do there. I told Tim, it's like the food, the people watching. There's a lot to do there without sliding money into machines. And Vegas is fun.
Could be the best people watching in the world.
It's 100% fantastic.
I think it's changed because now, people used to go to Vegas to gamble in Atlantic City. Now you can gamble in almost every state.
Yeah, I was thinking that as I was walking through the casino.
So you're not really going there to gambling. You're going there to enjoy dinner and shows and a little bit of gambling, but
Sappho's.
Weather.
Doug, we'd have fun in
weather was
Vegas.
perfect.
We would have a great time.
Doug, there are rumblings.
Are there?
There are rumblings.
Well, that would be great.
I had the meeting with the company with which there are rumblings, and went over there on Sunday, talked with them, and there's rumblings of a TMA trip to Las Vegas.
Huh.
So
That'd be fun.
that's something to keep an eye on. We have the TMA Day at the Ballpark coming up on June 14th. That's fast approaching. And you can get your tickets for it. It's a day game against the Giants, TMASTL.com, and get your tickets. $30 for field box seats. Just go to TMASTL.com. That includes $12 worth of concessions. Go to TMASTL.com. We will be doing the show live from Salt and Smoke on that morning at Ballpark Village, and then TMA Day at the Ballpark. on that Wednesday. Get involved on the program, 314-881-TMA5. Call in, 636-9004. TMA, and email in for our design, air, heating, and cooling. Email today, the morning after at InsideSTL.com. Munganast is our 7 o'clock hour sponsor and the sponsor of the Daily Fantasy Sports Showdown. Say, friends, why don't you work with Jamie Burkhardt, Clayton Patterson, Peter Munganast at Munganast, St. Louis Acura, and Alton Toyota at stlouisacura.com and altontoyota.com. And they have a secret number that gets you right to the muckety mucks, and it's 314-252-0029. Check out the incredible pre-owned selection they have for you at Munganast. And even if you need your car from Munganast, get it serviced at Munganast. Go to 314-252-0029 to text or call, or go to stlouisacura.com or altontoyota.com. It is Munganast. Doug, I brought you in a shirt. And the shirt was given to me by our sponsor, Longo Biggs. Would you like to hold it up for the audience who's watching on YouTube?
Sure, I will. Absolutely, I will. Yeah.
It was given to me by CD and Doug, not you, Doug, from Longo Biggs, sponsor of the program, and it's a Holderness and Bourne shirt. And look at that sharp look bill.
Well, it looks almost like it's silky, like a silky material.
It kind of is, Iggy. And you see the TMA logo they put on the TMA logo that they put on there. That's a Holderness and Bourne shirt. So you've heard me talking about it. Maybe you haven't looked into it. You can go to hbgolf.com, enter the promo code TMA15, and you get 15% off your entire order. So, Doug, I know you were talking about going and getting $1,000 worth of shirts this afternoon after seeing what you have there.
$2,000, yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you go $2,000, then you're saving $300. Think about that value.
You can tell how well made it is. It's just
because it's silky.
Oh, because that feel.
Yeah.
I like that TMA logo that they put on the sleeve. hbgolf.com, and you can get a shirt just like that, but they have all kinds of things. There's shorts and golf shirts. hbgolf.com. It is at another level of quality. Holderness and Bourne. Enjoy 15% off at hbgolf.com with the promo code TMA15. Check out the spring and summer styles and colors. It's premium golf apparel. And I mentioned that it was given to us by Longo Biggs. That's CD and Doug. They were posted up at the 16th hole at the Michelob Ultra Dotem. Wonderful people, and great to have them on board TMA. If you are injured in an accident, things can spiral out of control quickly. You might have medical bills piling up. You might not be able to work or provide for your family, and you're probably getting the runaround from the insurance company you've been talking to. Don't fight this fight alone. CD Longo and Doug Biggs of the Longo Biggs Injury Law Firm will take all the complication and hassle out of your injury claim. They will deal with the insurance company and take the fight head on, allowing you to get back to what's important, which is recovering from your injuries. Injury cases can be complex. Each case and accident is different, and every fact is important when building a case. People often wonder how injured victims get large settlements or verdicts, and the short answer is because they're represented by effective and skilled lawyers who understand how to get every dollar out of their case, and that's what you'll get at Longo Biggs Injury. Go to longobiggs.com. That's LONGOBIGGS.com. Longo Biggs Injury Law accepts personal injury, wrongful death, brain injury, and other catastrophic injury cases. Go to longobiggs.com. Remember, the choice of an attorney is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements. All right, we've gotten a million texts, and I got to go into this text inbox and just see what's doing here. What are the people talking about? What do the people want?
I don't know.
To talk about? Who wanted to get it going? Right at 7:08. Hey, Tim, did Ken speak at your son's graduation? What did that mean? That's from TJ. I'm sorry. Iggy, did you make reference to speaking at my son's graduation?
I've never spoke at a pre-K.
Have you spoken at other institutions?
Yeah, I mean, I've gone to my high school and grade school and spoke, but...
There you go.
What would the kids' reaction be? I mean, I guess they're like, little, so they wouldn't... But maybe the parents' reaction would be better to see just Iggy...
Tell you kids about HD2 radio.
Well, I talked to 8th graders, not pre-K.
It's like, what year?
HD2 radio?
It was part of the Scared Straight program.
I wasn't on HD2 at the time.
So you're on regular AM, and that made a difference?
Oh, yeah. I'm really impressed with that.
Mm-hmm.
The parent go, what year did you go to this? Oh, I didn't go to the school.
No.
Just hear her talk.
Advocate the world of broadcasting. Hi, Tim. You're the best. Doug, that's from Susie Cream Cheese. No sapphic play, but I did pull my crank to old show videos, and it's a picture of Larry Nickel lining up a putt in his haunches like Brooks Koepka when he was injured, with Iggy guiding him. That's hot. Damn, I'm glad y'all are back today. I had to go bang my neighbor yesterday morning for some entertainment, and she's a lady of the night. That's from the 731.
No.
Let's see. Did Iggy go to Point Fest? That's from the Birthday Hawk.
Oh, how was Point Fest?
It was good.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I
Kind
went
of a
just
flippant
for...
answer.
Yeah, it really was.
I mean,
Sorry we asked.
I went basically for Pretty Reckless. So I saw Bad Omen, Pretty Reckless, stayed for a little bit of whatever that second to last band was. I never heard of them.
You don't sound that enthused about the whole evening.
Yeah, well, it's just it wasn't. There are a couple bands the two headliners I really didn't care to see.
Oh.
Wow, indictment of the program, I
You
guess.
didn't have to go, I guess.
I mean, it was packed. It was a great day. It's just there are a couple of bands that one I never heard of, and the other one I'm not really a big Incubus fan.
What's your favorite Incubus song?
I don't know any of them.
Either did I.
Okay.
It was a fun time. A lot of people out there.
Sounds like a great time.
Great weather.
Yeah. Boy, I took a real shellacking this weekend, fellas. Verbal shellacking.
Oh, no, what happened? You get cucked?
Well, last week, if you'll recall, when the Cardinals had some losses to the Reds, I announced on this very show that I didn't think there was a single position player on the Reds who could play for the Cardinals. Maybe not anybody on the whole team that could play for the Cardinals. That's what I said. And so Saturday, I go to a wedding, and the father of the bride sees me and walks over and says, I heard you say no one on the Reds could make the Cardinal roster. I said, well, the Reds aren't that good. He says, one of my daughters, not the one getting married, one of them is engaged to a member of the Cincinnati Reds.
Oh, my God.
And we're appalled by what you said.
Oh, damn.
You did get cucked.
He was saying good-natured, laughing at me. But he was pointed about the criticism. He says they could. My future son-in-law, Ian Jabot, as a reliever, just got a victory over the Cardinals 2 nights ago, which was true. So, and then the daughter came over at the reception that night.
Oh, wow.
She came and
she gave you a
and
piece.
she dressed me up and down. Yeah.
At this
And then every time I saw the
gag,
father
or-
of the bride, who apparently is a regular listener to the show, every time I saw him walk by him 5 or 6 times, he said, "Yes, the Reds do have some players that can make the Cardinals." I said, "I couldn't be sorrier, and thanks for dinner."
Thanks for dinner.
Thanks for the roast beef and muscatoli.
Yeah. So he
Was it roast
insisted.
beef and muscatoli?
No, it was great. It was
Chicken.
fancy schmancy wedding.
There have been some great players that have come through this ballpark.
Yeah, apparently there are, and I was, unfamiliar with some of them. But boy, I love those Reds. He insisted that I backtrack.
Did you say that?
Yes, that I make reparations.
Pokey Reese.
Well,
Ooh, I love me some Pokey Reese.
There you
I went
go.
to Boston.
Maybe that pitcher could probably be a reliever for the Cardinals and probably be a closer.
he could. I looked at his numbers. His numbers are really good. Ian Jabot.
And so you're issuing an apology
I'm
now.
issuing an apology.
Because I was canceled
Yes.
last week. I went on vacation,
Yeah.
but we all know it was the St. Margaret of Scotland comment.
He had counseling.
I spent time in counseling
Mm-hmm.
this weekend, and now you are going to have to go on vacation also because
Right.
of the Reds comment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, go ahead
I've
and
been
change it
canceled.
right now. Say that you have a trade proposal, Ryan Helsley and Gorman for Ian LeBeau.
Jabot. Yeah. Yeah, I think the Cardinals should do whatever they can to get Ian Jabot. I think he would really solidify their bullpen and make him a contender. Right now they sit in the cellar, but they wouldn't be if they had Ian Jabot. They'd be a first division ball club.
Speaking of Pokey Reese, when he went to Boston, he won a ring. He was able to get a ground out and throw to first, I think, for the last out, either in the CS or in the
that right?
World Series. And I remember the announcer going, "Pokey!"
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
As he was like making.
Well, he hadn't played in years.
I know, but what a great name! And in prime in Cincy, he was a very productive player. Because Cincinnati Reds breed productive players.
Well,
They still
Nice.
do.
They
This
used
is a
to, yeah.
Reds program now. Reds baseball on 105.7 HD2, St. Louis, Missouri.
Dinner was so good that I think maybe the Reds are probably the favorite to win it all this year.
With Ian Jabot.
And this gentleman has 7 daughters, one of them
that
more
right?
beautiful than the next.
Is that right?
So maybe he'll get invited to 6 more weddings.
Nice.
Which makes for a fun Saturday night if you don't have to get yelled at.
And you were yelled at. You
Oh,
were berated.
multiple times. Yes.
Next wedding, go to Hunter Green and going to be coming up to, "Hey, I heard you've been talking about my club."
Well,
He's
you'd
a
been better.
pitcher, by the way, for the Cincinnati
Yes, he is.
Reds.
You'd been better off not mentioning Cincinnati. You could have mentioned Prado, Pasquantino, Perez, Witt, Melendez, Massey, Furman, Lopez, Walters. Those are a team that had 16 hits against the Cardinals yesterday.
There's 4 Hall of Famers potentially on that roster.
Witt, maybe.
Bobby Witt
Bobby
Jr.
Witt would play for anybody.
His father was with the Cardinals in '98.
I don't know the years, Tim.
Kent Merker was on that team, am I right?
Yeah, I remember him with McGuire.
Yeah. Darren Oliver, Royce Clayton, traded for Todd Stottlemyre, and Fernando Tatis was in that deal. Am I right on this, or are you looking up? That was...
I'm not looking it up, no.
In July of 98? We'll talk more about that and the Reds coming up, because I know we have some phone calls, 636-900.
I've still got some apologizing to do.
More from the Reds fans.
Yeah.
Tim, compare the... Doug, do you say kabuto or do you say kabuto?
I said kabuto.
Sushi with the Deerberg's Tuesday special sushi.
I've had that.
What is it like? How is it?
I've had $6 sushi.
How is it? I have no idea.
It's okay.
It's bland, but they do give you plenty of wasabi, so I guess that's
I
like...
don't like
sop it up?
I don't like the sauces.
I love wasabi, but like with a drier rice, more congealed a little bit.
Well,
congealed?
You kind of want a little bit more flavor.
Oh. See, I don't like spicy anything.
You probably wouldn't like wasabi.
Isn't there a guy in St. Louis who makes shirts? Sam Cavuto?
Cavado.
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 Oh, and it's... Yeah, it's right by Glenn Betts, I think.
Does he make them or sell them?
It used to be at Plaza Frontenac, if I'm not mistaken, and now they have a place kind of by Chaminade.
Okay. Never mind, my areas are
Sam
wrong.
Cabuto.
Damn Cabuto.
Tim, get to Indo at 5 p.m. Sushi and shirts.
Yeah.
Sushi and suits. Tim, get to Indo at 5 p.m. and sit at the counter and face bang some treats like you do my wife. Doug, that's from the recovering alcoholic.
He's still drunk. He's still hungover. You can tell by the way he was writing.
In Webster Groves. Hey, Doug, if you go to Vegas, can I stay in your room with you? I'm a walrus with a CPAP machine, but I promise I'll be gentle. That's from the 636.
No, I've already got the CPAP machine, but thank you anyway.
When was the last time Boots Hellmuth was in Las Vegas? That's from the 314. When was the last time you were... Oh, probably AVNs.
AVNs.
I gotta say, that's one.
There you go. There's your answer. There's your answer. I don't know.
There's the answer. They and you and Biff stay at the Hooters Hotel. Is that still up?
No, well, it's there. It's not the Hooters anymore. It's something else. They renamed it.
Rebranded.
Yeah. Yeah, he wanted to stay there because that's where he liked to hang out in that bar and sit right at the edge of the bar where the cocktail waitresses were.
And just fire away.
Could you think of a way to use the gummy candy in a sex scene, like gummy worms?
Oh, come on, Biff.
Licorice?
Biff.
I said, there's a big table over there. Why don't we go over there and we can kind of stretch out and get something to eat? We're crowded. You're crowded against this this bar just because the waitress comes right there.
Yeah.
That's what he likes to do.
I talked about this on Balloon Party. That I'm telling you, number one, a betting strategy of just betting against the Oakland A's. Now, you're going to be laying 230 or so a night to do it, but I still think, if I'm not mistaken, they're still at 10 wins. This is...
Well,
I don't know if there's anything that's ever happened like this in Major League Baseball. I realize people will be banty about the Cardinals, and we're talking about the Cincinnati Reds and the Oakland. Oh, they did win yesterday. Son of a bitch. So they're 1-9 in their last 10, but they have 11 wins and 45 losses.
I mean, it's so insane. Like, and I saw a guy on Twitter. He actually
God, they beat the Braves. Wow.
He was either a beat writer for Oakland or on the news for Oakland in terms of sports, and he was defending that it's not tanking. This feels like tanking, right? He said it was just bad management to sell good players for prospects, and I get that, but that's tanking in a version, right?
Well,
like, this is
but if you're the players, I'm sure they're all trying as hard as they can. The players are giving it everything they got to keep their careers alive, make the next big check.
I don't think it's tanking when your team sucks. I mean, you're rebuilding and hoping these prospects you get.
But that's what the Rams did. They drafted terribly. They
drafted 4 when they moved to L.A. The Todd Gurley pick was not a short-term play. The A's payroll for the record, the active payroll is $43,895,000.
Huh. There are players who make almost
That's
that
correct.
much.
That is correct. But the reason I bring it up, because the Hooters, if I'm not mistaken, was by where Tropicana is, which is where they're building the A's ballpark. And so when I would be in these Ubers and just BSing with the drivers, they're like, it's going to be hell that there's going to be a Major League Baseball stadium on the Strip because there's already traffic, and now they're putting one. Now, granted, it's at the south end of the Strip towards Mandalay Bay and I guess MGM, but still, it's going to be absolute chaos. And I know people think of the A's right now and how bad they are, but eventually they will at some point regain, and people will, 81 nights, they're going to have a retractable roof ballpark on the Strip. That is going to be anarchy out there.
Supposedly it's only like a 30,000 seater.
It's a smaller stadium. Yeah.
I wonder if they're counting on people that are there staying on the Strip just walking to the stadium. But I don't think people go to Las Vegas to see a baseball game.
Yeah, I could see doing it like if you're going to, you go to Las Vegas, go to the Raiders game. I would do that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would go like, the A's are playing the Royals. Let me see what's doing,
Well, I kind of thought that about the Golden Knights, and they pretty much draw every night.
Golden Knights have a huge following there.
Yeah, they do.
VGK will host Matthew Tkachuk on Saturday.
Yeah. It was a lackluster game last night.
So it went up being 5 or 6-0.
6.
6-0.
Mm-hmm.
VGK advances to the Cup final, second one in their franchise's history, second one in the last 5 years. If I'm not mistaken, they played the year before the Blues were there against the Caps.
Right.
And then meanwhile, his Chaminade classmate, God, I would have laid so much money on the Celtics last night. Probably would have laid the 8.5 points.
Tim, they got gobsmacked.
I like that.
Tim, they got gobsmacked. I mean, it wasn't a game early on. They were down 10 or 12, like first quarter.
Yeah.
Tatum rolled his ankle in the very first play of the game. That was.
Well, how about someone else step up? Is this a one-man club?
Jaylen Brown had 8 turnovers. It's not what you're looking for.
That's not stepping up.
I bet that Barstool guy is happy. When he put up 10,000, 1,000 when they were up 3-0.
Did he?
Yeah, he put up 10,000 or 11,000.
What, on the Heat?
To win 1,000 on Miami.
Both the Heat and Panthers to advance when they were both up 3-0.
Ah.
So he was sweat-free on the Panthers bet, and then obviously Derek White almost ripped his soul out.
You sound down. You're upset about the Celtic defeat?
Did you get some ass this weekend, bro?
No, last night was disappointing. They couldn't make a shot, and the zone defense ate them up.
Is your dauber down because the Celtics lost?
Sure sounds like it.
No, I'm all right.
Is everything all right? You're still a sweet prince, aren't you?
Yeah, very sweet.
Are you upset about that Rendleman match still?
No, I'm okay. I'm good.
Huh.
Don't worry
What's going
about
on
me.
with Jackson?
Don't worry about me.
I don't know.
We haven't had to do balloon party since Thursday. Is that what's in your head?
He's become one of the crestfallens.
I'm fine. All's good.
I texted Jackson yesterday.
What did you say?
Liv Maddox, who, hosts the midday show or afternoon show from 2 to 6 on The Point. She was part of Point Fest, obviously. And she took a picture with one of the guys in one of the bands she interviewed. And doesn't that look like Jackson?
Oh, wow, it does.
Minus the tats.
My neck tat.
So I texted him. I said, when did you get tats?
Yep. Just got freshly inked, so I guess if I sound down, it's because I'm in searing pain.
Freshly inked.
No tats for me.
Crystal City Clamhammer, he has been on your Mount Rushmore, Jackson.
Yeah, but I unfortunately think he's intelligent.
He texted, what about that thirst trap Jackson dropped on Instagram Sunday? Doug, what about the thirst trap Jackson
what does that
dropped
mean?
on Instagram?
What's a thirst trap?
Is that what you're upset about, and what does that mean to us?
I just posted a few pictures of myself on Instagram. That's kind of what the platform is on, I guess, Sunday. I didn't think any of them were thirst traps.
What makes something a
Is this
thirst
on the TMA
trap?
account, or is this on yours?
Mike, it'd be really weird if on the TMA account it's like, here's some pictures of Jackson. That would be weird. No, thirst trap would be like if a girl posts a picture in a bikini and a certain pose.
So essentially, it's all of Instagram.
Right. So
Doug, this is what Jackson posted on.
That's a thirst trap. Sure it is. That makes sense now.
I think I commented on it.
Yeah, you did. And I appreciated it.
For the listeners.
I didn't really
on
think
the
it was
YouTube.
that much of a thirst
Got
trap.
the 101 ESPN logo.
It does. Wow, you spotted that plow. Huh?
Is that your profile pic on Bumble?
Probably was one or two of those pics on something.
And this is a thirst trap.
I really didn't think so.
You do have kind of a look like you want to bang.
That's Rick. That's not Jackson there. That's Rick.
I didn't really.
Did you have somebody take a picture of you in front of the TMA logo? Is that what
It was
is?
for something. My former school at Mizzou was doing like an alumni spotlight thing.
Everybody's speaking, Doug.
You're going into the Hall of Fame at Mizzou?
No, they do an alumni spotlight on their Instagram. My professor is really, really cool, loves the show, loves both Balloon Party and TMA, and needed a professional picture, and I don't have one of those, so I turned on portrait mode and took a picture.
Oh, so now you're a big shot.
I guess.
Be darned.
I guess something like that. I just haven't posted on Instagram in like a year, so it was like,
A thirst
Here
trapping
I am.
big shot.
Yeah. Here, let me change the
Headed
caption.
for the Mizzou
don't
Hall of Fame.
understand guys sending pictures of other guys' junk.
Oh,
I concur
you
with
didn't do that, did you?
I didn't see any of those images on Instagram.
No, I wanted to, but
Those weren't for the professor.
it hit the cutting room floor, I guess.
So for the record, it was not a thirst trap, and you can address the Crystal City Clam Hammer.
Well, my intention wasn't for thirst. Like, I wasn't looking for that. But if that was the end result for some of my followers, then, I cannot control that.
Iggy wrote, stud.
Oh,
Yep, that's me.
You got
I
me
appreciate
thirsty.
it.
You got me thirsty.
You're thirsty.
Oh, well, see?
well, maybe we should all take thirst trap photos.
Feel
wanna do
free
it?
to. No one's stopping you.
No.
Ashley Gettle said he's him.
What's that mean?
Is that your pronoun?
No, he is him. Himothy.
What does that mean?
Timothy.
I can't. I feel like sometimes like I'm like like a version of Urban Dictionary for people, and I can't.
Well, yeah, someone's got to keep us up to date and hip.
Sometimes if someone does something where it's like, boy, I'm trying. Like Caleb Martin last night was him. He was him. He was hitting every shot he could.
Doug, did you think he should have been the MVP and not Jimmy Butler?
I didn't pay attention to that.
Yeah, 100%.
There you go.
But Caleb Martin was
I'm
him
loaded
last
balloon
night.
party.
That's like somebody at the top of his game or someone
Right,
who's doing
someone
well. You
doing
say
something.
Jackson's him.
I
He
am
is him?
Like there's that video I saw.
So your thirst trap worked on Ashley Gettle.
Who's just a friend? Yeah, I don't. Goodness.
Stop changing our language, millennial.
I didn't even say it. I didn't say it.
It's at Ashley Gettle.
Oh, gosh.
I can't believe she's getting dragged into this.
She's driving us crazy.
She's just a nice person.
Who is this Gettle and why is she chirping?
Oh, goodness gracious.
In relation to Tracy Gettle?
What about Gail Volva?
Oh,
They're
definitely.
probably all
yeah.
related.
One question at a time, folks.
Jackson can only handle one question at a time.
Neither. Related to neither. I don't. Maybe she is. I don't know.
Stacey McMillan.
That's her. You nailed it. You nailed it. Yeah. So I didn't think it was a thirst trap. It wasn't my intention. I didn't really think it would ever come up. I just, like I said, hadn't posted on Instagram in a year, and so I thought, hey, now's the
It's
time.
been a year for a 25-year-old to not post on Instagram for a year. That puts you in like the less than 1%, I would imagine. You hadn't posted in a year for real?
Yeah. Just hadn't had really any pictures to post, so just felt, hey, here I am. In case you're wondering.
And it's a thirst trap.
I guess. I guess anytime I post is a thirst trap. It's kind of the life I lead.
Nice.
Huh. Well, I think everyone would like to see it post more.
All right, I'll get that up to a bi-monthly post.
We should maybe take a daily picture of you somewhere in the studio.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
And then just do like a 365-day like slideshow of me.
Yeah, call it TMA Thirst
Yeah, it's
Trapping.
called the Daily Jackson.
Yeah, just in the same pose.
I like it.
All right.
I guess all of Brett Hinnan's army is busy this morning. That's from the Bougie Wasp. Doug, Brett Hinnan's army, I didn't know he had an army, but they were not happy when your coin toss did not favor Brett.
Well, I dropped it twice.
And it did favor the facially infected Pope Joseph Paul. Felt like it was not fair or rigged or whatever the case might be. And the Pope defeated Brett Hinnon.
Yeah.
His army at the moment not present according to the Bougie Wasp.
Okay.
Well, he did. They had him. They were all chirping about this match, and now that he lost, they kind of went back to their holes.
Must not be quite the player they said he was.
Well, it went 19 holes, so it was a pretty good match.
Jim Dandy.
If I had to play hole one twice, oh, no thanks.
Jackson, thoughts on Succession? I didn't like the ending, but I feel like the ending was perfect for that show. No spoilers, of course. That's from Johnny Johnson. Well, it's tough to talk about it, Jackson, if you don't.
It's impossible
Yeah.
to talk about it without giving away spoilers. I would love to just open up a mic and give off takes because I got plenty of them. But
Cut that off. Have you watched it, Blog?
No, I'm on season
final
3,
season?
episode 8.
it's getting good.
So I'm getting really good. I can't risk any spoilers. I know it's eventually could happen, but I'm going to try to crank some out today.
All I'll say is I loved it, and so that's where I'll leave it.
I would agree with you.
That's fine.
I loved it.
Thought it was outstanding.
Yeah. really.
I haven't seen. I was reading yesterday and watching some YouTubes and TikToks on it. I feel like it's been, for the most part, universally praised. So I'm surprised to hear criticism.
I was too, because I mean, like, I equated it to Game of Thrones before, where it's a long show, all, you know, summiting, all ending in one big question. Like, you know, what the result has to be from episode 1, same way as Game of Thrones, like the question, who sits on the throne, who takes Logan's seat. And so that question's been asked for the entire show. And so to be able to land that plane and do it effectively is just another testament to how quality of television this is.
Doug, do you watch that show?
No.
You'll
No, I
enjoy
don't.
it. If you do get a chance to, you'll enjoy
All
it.
right.
You'll
Yeah,
be
I'd
a
like
big
to.
fan. Guys, Hubbard employee KG in O-Town has started the latest thirst trap trend of posting photos with Andrea's barbecue sauce and sexual accessories. It's all the rage right now. That is from Carlos Spicy Wiener. Oh, that's hot. I like that.
Yeah.
I wonder if Max likes that. I think that's a good thing. That's a good
Well, I would
marketing
think he would,
strategy.
yeah.
Boy, that barbecue sauce at Andrea's.
Oh, yeah.
The spot is supposed to be about the steakhouse, but then we sit here and we want to talk about the barbecue sauce. But my God, is it good. I get those burgers, put the Andrea's steak sauce on it, and then I'll, once it's done, Doug, then I go with the barbecue sauce. I'm Andrea's through and through. You go to the Andrea's Steakhouse and have yourself a little pony. It's Andrea's, and that barbecue sauce, if you haven't tried it, for real. Even if they weren't a sponsor, I'd be telling you about it. Andreas.com, you can go to Deerbergs or Schnucks and get it. It is so good. And I guess post pictures with sexual accessories for thirst traps?
Like what kind of accessories?
Yeah, what is he posting? Has anybody seen these?
I haven't seen anything.
I have
like
not,
that.
no.
There you go.
I try to avoid any thirst traps or even look at them.
Everything's a thirst trap.
Not everything is.
I mean, but
it's hard for me to look at that and go. Not Jackson. I think Jackson was actually doing this for the right reason.
I thought his
just
photo-
happened to.
I didn't even think
need
anything
show
of it.
Your
content.
photo defined thirst trap. He is him.
Lying in bed and posted it.
Timothy.
Britney Spears just posted a picture of her boobs.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I mean in a bikini, but
That's
still
what
just a
it's doing.
close-up of her boobs. I mean, just get on OnlyFans and be done with it.
Well, there you go. There's a take.
Well, she doesn't want to.
I mean, she wants to. I mean, she's getting as close as
Is
possible.
that right? Does she really?
Well, she posts these dancing videos where she's got her bikini pulled down right above her.
Oh, here is our most recent Instagram
Oh,
post.
how do you know that's Britney Spears?
Well, it's from her account. So.
You can't see her face.
Madison, one of our friends, Madison's friend, used to do OnlyFans.
Oh, is that right?
And we talked about kind of the good and bad.
That Tiffany Smooth from Juan from PP Corp?
It's not a Tiffany Smooth. It's not a Juan from PP Corp. I mean, she does
Model.
it. Yeah, she did it on her own, and she said you got taxed like crazy at the end of the year from the videos.
Oh,
and
really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she got taxed a ton.
Well, if you don't pay as you go, you're going to get nailed.
So I think in Missouri, I don't know if it's the same as bonuses, because bonuses are charged and taxed 40% in Missouri. So I don't know if that's what they caught her with, or well, they didn't catch her with anything, but they
She
just
didn't pay quarterly, probably. So it backed up on her at the end of the year. She owed a big chunk. 'cause she
correct.
didn't
Yeah,
pay
that probably
quarterly.
so. Yeah. Said it was fun,
Yeah.
but she was surprised about how much she paid into that. You know, making all
This
that
is
money.
one of Madison's friends.
Yeah, they've been friends for a long time.
My word.
She's great people.
You ever go through with your OnlyFans account that you were
No, I don't know if there's value in that. Maybe show value, but monetary value, probably not.
Well, we don't know unless you do it.
And then, like, I would have to think, okay, there could be a lot of listeners, so I got to step up my game. And then, like, it's going to be weird when I see, like, you know, Juan from PP Corp and he see my butthole. And he shaved my shrubs.
That's
It's
what
like,
you put on there?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'd like to see your hole, boy.
Ah.
Oh, God.
Some of these people are finding a way of getting around the nudity on Instagram. There's I guess it's not a girl, but it's called Tokabees.
Doug Tokabees.
What is
And it's just
Tokabees?
different girls post pictures. And they're wearing now, like, wearing mesh tops where you can see the nipple and everything. But I guess it's not nude because they got a shirt on. But it's mesh.
Oh, you ever do that?
I don't think I've ever worn a mesh shirt.
Boy, it'd be hot.
So for Brittany, just wear something mesh.
Well, maybe she doesn't want to.
Well, she wants to show it so bad.
Well, how do you know?
Or do you want to see it so bad?
Go look at her Instagram. All she does, she's dancing around in skimpy outfits and pushing her boobs together.
Well,
she got boobs galore.
Taking pictures on her holidays where she's laying naked on the beach with little stars over her boobs.
That reminds me, I don't know if you talked about it on Friday. I was vacationing to the dismay of the gentleman who DMs me. But Jennings' memorial service was Thursday night, and since I was off Friday, did you talk about it on the air?
I did, yeah.
You talked about it a little bit.
God, it was really well done. And you know who played a big role in it? I had no idea. It was Buck Swope.
Oh, really?
The video he put on the fan page was unreal. Beautiful.
That's what, Amy, Jennings' longtime partner, Amy LaBelle, and Sarah B. and Dave Green played a large role in the organization of the...
Sorry, it was a drop
world?
that...
What was that?
I have never heard
Some of our drops have been corrupted.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Tuck the drops have been
Well, you have to
corrupted.
reopen it, and it's a hole.
It's a hole, like Bill's. Put a lot of it together, and I don't know who reached out to Buck Swope, but somebody did, and he put this like 15-minute video together, and it was so good. The eulogies, I don't want to leave anybody out because it was across the board. They were so good. I think what really stood out to me was how, no pun intended, graceful his daughter, Grace,
she was great.
Wasn't she great? And his son, Jennings IV, were in that spot anytime. You're talking about a parent who just passed. It's brutal. And they were so great. Amy's speech, his ex-wife's speech, Dave Green's speech. I don't want to leave anybody out. Am I leaving anybody out? But it was...
Did you mention Gummy, his ex-wife?
Yeah.
Okay. I think that was everybody.
And it was really a great tribute to Jennings. But Buck Swope, when I got there and I'm walking in with Iggy and Anna Marie, and I see Swope with the camera, I'm like, oh, God, please tell me he's not like here to take pictures for the fan page. That's what went through my mind. And I'm like, that can't possibly be it. But no, instead, Buck Swope, he was there to take pictures, but that was the request of Amy, but he put together this incredible video. And he did post it on the TMA fan page, so that's on Facebook at TMA fan page if you would like to join it. And you can see the video, but Buck Swope did a hell of a job. And the whole thing was just a really wonderful tribute to Jay. And in particular, I thought his kids, with the ability to talk about their dad like that, that's not easy to do. I can't imagine it's easy to do. And it was such a wonderful tribute. So thank you to all of the people who worked on that. Buck Swope being one that our audience is familiar with. Sarah Bruce worked on shows on, I guess, 1380, 590 back in the day with the great producer Joe and Jennings. And Dave Green, who operated KFNS for a while and worked with us at KFNS for, I guess, about 6 months, 2016 to early 2017. And then there were some decisions that he philosophically didn't agree with and was in a spot where he could leave and left. And Amy LaBelle, Jay's longtime partner, they just did a great job. It was it really was.
Yeah, it was.
That was really
It's good to see everybody there that you haven't seen in a while that came out.
Yeah. Claves
was there. I was outside waiting for everybody to come out so I could just say goodbye to everybody. And so I just sat outside. I didn't know everybody was going to linger inside for like an hour.
Yeah, I talked for a while.
So I saw a picture of a bunch of people with Bob Ramsey in it. I didn't even see Rammer.
Yeah, I talked to Rammer.
Yeah, I didn't see him. But yeah, it was good to see everybody. And it was, good to get together.
Can the video be put on YouTube? I would imagine it could be, but it's Buck Swope, and that's up to Amy. It's just a bunch of pictures of Jay. Pictures of Jay with Bob Hope.
Oh yeah,
how about that?
Wow.
Some of the videos too, the old school footage. That's
with
awesome.
his daughter talking about the Masters and pulling for Tiger.
That's great that they've kept all that footage too, and all that those memories or disappear quite easily with technology.
You got to
nowadays.
take pictures of your old photos, so you have them digitally. And then you can, zoom in, zoom out, make it look like a video.
The Tokabees topic again. Next up for Ken is a discussion of the dancing bears being real. That's from glove blogger Tom Traven. You've talked about Tokabees a lot?
I might have mentioned them once. Sorry if I mentioned it
It seems
again.
like a recurring theme that comes up almost daily.
And every time I mention it, there's another 30 people to go find it.
And honestly, I just literally the last best of I edited was you talking about the dancing bears. So it's kind of topical. I literally just loaded that in.
That's
We're
real.
gonna pepper that in throughout the week.
I mean, it's a nightclub with a bunch of girls that are celebrating a bachelorette party.
Here it comes again.
I mean, it's
Almost
a lot
every
of.
day now.
I've never seen a video that's not real. That they have 150 extras in there just sitting there doing nothing.
It's a big budget.
Well, it's a big gag. That's what it is.
Plowsy, you dropped the lead or you buried the lead. What's the Friends OnlyFans handle? That's from the Dover Soul.
I don't think she does it anymore. And I'm telling you, the listeners would be very big fans.
Oh, what they?
And Madison, I love you, but she knows that. She's very attractive. And did very well in the OnlyFans game, strictly because, if you look good and you got that confidence on camera, Doug, you know that. You've been on. You just signed that 10-year, $150 million deal for Camo V, and so you kind of know the deal.
Mm-hmm.
I found another one over the weekend. I was going on Instagram and they pop up. I don't follow these people.
Dancing bears?
No, but her name was Karen something.
Oh.
And she's just 50-year-old natural double Ds. I think, God, she's kind of hot. Typed in her name, OnlyFans leak, and there she is, naked.
You're pretty proud of yourself, too. I'm going to tell by the look on your face.
Yeah, it's like you spiked the football.
Yeah, so if you find some girls you find attractive on Instagram, just type in their name and OnlyFans leaked, and you'll probably find some naked pictures of them.
Huh, that's your tip of the day.
Tip of the day.
You're going to get that sponsored.
Yeah, that is sponsorable.
Buck Swope just texted me. The video is on YouTube. It's posted to his Twitter, and his Twitter account is @BuckSwope. The video's on the TMA YouTube? Is that what
No.
Jackson isn't?
No.
No?
No, I think his YouTube channel.
His YouTube channel, all right. Buck Swope's YouTube channel, but you can go to his Twitter account at Buck Swope. Albert A. writes, Ken makes me sad.
Makes him sad?
Why? You don't like naked women?
Okay. Buck's tribute video is phenomenal. Also, this first hour has been a thing of beauty. The range of topics has kept me laughing throughout. Doug got some Scott's wrinkled ballsack, but not his wife.
No, not his wife, just him.
Let's see. Tokabees, Dancing Bears, Harley Geek Girl, Voyeur videos, Karen something. Iggy is the mayor of the dark web. That's from KG in O-Town.
No, these aren't on the dark web.
Oh, really?
No, you just type it in. Google.
How do you even get on the dark web?
I don't know.
Just type in darkweb.com and
do you?
Yeah, /
And it comes
Harvey
on?
Geek Girl.
I wouldn't want to go there. There's some.
I always hear about it. Maybe I wouldn't know it if I saw it.
Cookie took me down a rabbit hole of the dark web a few years back.
If we're looking for video content, Doug trying to access the dark web.
Yeah,
up there.
I'll do that on your computer.
Dark web. Click.
Tim, you missed Iggy breaking down voyeur porn last week. There's never been a creepier segment in show history. Thanks. I only missed one day, and that was a voyeur porn day.
No, I don't know why it's creepy. I mean, it's not real. It's just. And there is a site, voyeurweb.com.
It got.
It's a legitimate site. I've been on there. My picture has been on there.
Not surprised about that.
And I always just fought for what I wanted. Well, all my friends are out having fun, okay? I was always at home alone.
Hello, Krispy Kreme.
Touching tribute to Jay Tim with a lovely backdrop of nose whistling, followed by Iggy immediately talking about finding sex videos on the internet. It was perfect. It's from Dingle My Berries.
I don't think I went straight into that. Something was brought up. Plowsy talking about his girlfriend being on OnlyFans, or his girlfriend's girlfriend.
Oh, Madison just got dragged into it.
That's not.
His girlfriend's girlfriend.
Doug, magical 7 o'clock hour here, brought to you by Munganess, St. Louis Acura, and Alton Toyota online at stlouisacura.com and altontoyota.com. Work with Jamie Burkhardt, work with Clayton Patterson, work with Peter Munganess, and you'll be happy that you did. We love Munganess. What do you love about Munganess, Doug? I mean, I'm going to limit you to 10 things.
Well, the service. I love the Toyota Highlander they're letting me drive right now. What a fantastic car that is. I like the fact that you have confidence in knowing that you've got a car guy. If something comes up, you just know where you're going to go.
That's what I like the
And they're going to take care of you
And they're
in just
great
a
guys, too.
first-class way.
Clean service department. I mean, you could eat a meal off those floors.
You could.
I saw Peter and Clayton Friday. I had to go in and they wanted to switch out my RAV4 for another RAV4. So I had to go bring that in and just hung out for a little bit.
Yeah, it's a wonderful place. I've not been to the Toyota dealership in Alton, but I'd like to get there someday because they've allowed me to drive a few of their cars, and one nicer than the next. Really sweet.
That's the best. 314-252-0029 or go online at Munganess. stlouisacura.com at stlouisacura.com and altontoyota.com. Munganess, sponsor of our 7 o'clock hour here on the Ryan Kelly Morning After, online at thehomeloanexpert.com. That's where you can find the Home Loan Expert, thehomeloanexpert.com. Virgin, are you butthurt because Tatum choked last night? That's from the Warson Woods Wacko.
I don't think really Tatum choked. He rolled his ankle and was clearly a shell of himself for the rest of the game. So I wouldn't say necessarily he choked. I think the Celtics just kind of ran into it. You know, the zone defense was brutal. And they won 3 straight games to almost make history. You know, 0.9 seconds was the difference from them, or 0.2 seconds was the difference for it ending in Game 6. So,
Yeah, that's the play they'll look back on.
yeah, that's the one. So it's, you know, unfortunate. I wanted to see him get a ring, but, you know, he's only 25 years old, so there's plenty more opportunities for him.
Well, and is this correct that him and Jaylen Brown both, I think Jalen's all NBA, so they can both do Supermax deals? And are those, is this right that both players could make a total, not each, but a total of $600 million? Is that kind of the range?
Could be. I mean, in like 2 years, Curry and Klay Thompson will make like $85 million combined together for one season.
Crazy. But yeah, I read like their contract could be like $600 million total, like 280 to 300 each.
I would generally be surprised if Jaylen Brown was a Celtic next year.
I mean, that's a lot for 2 players.
We need to look into getting
That's insane.
HD2 Supermax deals.
Thank you. It's time.
Are we eligible?
Who do we ask about that?
You go into Tommy with your Holderness and Bourne shirt, you go,
Yep.
okay, we got to renegotiate.
Yep, it's time.
Supermax for me, please.
Supermax is all it's going to take. Poor Warson Woods Wacko withering away in the depths of middle-class abyss, getting berated by his wife's boyfriend on the daily. But he likes that because he's into findom? Doug, is that financial domination kink?
I don't know what it is. Is that what it is?
Yeah, you like to be berated.
Financial domination?
I don't know about that.
By a richer guy?
No, by a rich woman. Or I guess it goes both ways. But yeah, findom. It's a hot thing.
One time I shot
It's a hot thing?
with like my dad and my brother.
Hot in the sense that like people are doing it.
to shoot.
Yeah.
So I don't get it. You have somebody who's rich yell at you?
No, so you have like a female berate the gentleman not based on physical appearance but by their finances. Like you can't even afford, you know.
And people would
dinner
like
at
that?
Ruby Tuesday or something. I don't know.
You can't afford Ruby Tuesday.
Does that
Ouch!
get you hard?
I don't even know if that franchise is even up and running anymore.
No, I
Couldn't
think
even
it's
afford
never seen
Ruby
it.
Tuesday. And
That's
the
what
next
makes
thing
it so
you know, you
hurtful.
have a hands-free.
They're not even in business.
Yeah. So that's the idea behind findom.
And people would like that?
Yeah.
They'd
it's-
like that?
Yes, don't kink shame. You're getting close to kink shaming.
Well, I absolutely kink shame.
I don't think I'd like that because some of those really hit too close to the sun. Like, a lot of them would probably be true. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I can't go to Ruby Tuesday.
You can't afford it.
Not least this week. Next week.
Hey, Tim, Rick's butthurt because I fisted him, Private Citizen Pete, and that coal mining otter slut in West Virginia. That's from the recovering alcoholic. Is that why you're upset? You were fisted by the recovering alcoholic and some of your buddies?
I would be more hurt if my buddies were dragged into it. You know, I can take it.
Not them?
Well, I don't think any of it's true.
Oh.
Considering neither of them are in the state currently.
Yeah.
I don't think he's making road trips to go fist.
Oh!
But I can never tell. What people do with their Memorial Day weekend is their business, and their business alone.
Yeah.
Did anybody get to the lake? Jackson, did you go to the lake?
No. No lakes for me. No lakes for I.
I wonder what the scene was like, Doug.
Oh, I'm sure it was great. It's a perfect picture,
I
perfect
bet.
weekend.
It had to be Safford
Yeah.
Clay on the back of boats, cigarette boats, too.
I don't know about that.
Bet there was.
I did see a lot of pictures online of a lot of people down there.
Nice.
That's a fun place to go for some.
Larry Nickel wants to talk about the lake and lesbianism.
Oh.
Good morning, Larry.
Well, they hit the lever there, Paul. But hello, Larry.
What's up, Doug?
Not much. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Good.
Larry, the lake, and lesbianism.
What about it?
Did you go?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got bad information.
Larry, you on that TikTok?
No.
I think you'd really enjoy it. I'm clearly in the wrestling algorithm because I get a lot of wrestling clip interviews, and I got to tell you, I find them pretty fascinating. One of the ones that I was watching this week was guys trying to make the Undertaker break character, and I thought to myself, hold on a second, I thought he was a real life Undertaker.
No, just a character, Tim.
Larry, did you hear that? Doug says he's just a character. He's
Just
not
a
a real life
character.
Undertaker.
Yeah.
Doug is right.
Oh,
what?
Thank you, Larry. Thank you much.
You're welcome, Doug.
Okay.
Hold on a second. He's not a real Undertaker?
Right.
So this is a storyline constructed by writers?
You're wrong, Tim.
I'm wrong. So he is a real life Undertaker.
No, you're wrong about the writers and stuff.
There aren't writers, but there aren't Undertakers either.
Right.
Okay.
I got to be honest, I'm confused.
I am too now. Are you saying they
God.
dream up the characters, but the fights are real?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Got it.
All right.
Got it. Okay. Well, then I believe that.
Yeah. Well, some do.
Okay.
Apparently millions do.
He wasn't feeling that at all.
Mm-hmm. All right, so how did it go last night on the presentation?
Okay, that was a fatal four-way match for the vacant WWE Women's Tag Team titles. And the four teams were Raquel Rodriguez and Shotzi. By the way, Raquel Rodriguez was the champion with Liv Morgan before Liv Morgan got injured. So she had to find a new partner, and happened to be Shotzi.
Oh.
And then the other three teams were Chelsea Green, who's married to Matt Cardona.
Matt Carpenter?
And-
That's correct. With the Padres now.
Matt Cardona,
Oh.
a.k.a. Dak Ryder.
Ah.
And her partner was Sonya Deville. And, of course, there was Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler. And the other team was Bailey and Dakota Kai. Not Dakota Kai, Io Sky.
Remember Bailey Tech? Remember that Bailey Technical Institute?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, Bailey Tech.
Yeah, it's not around anymore, is it?
No. What is now?
But anywho.
Sanford Brown is gone, too.
Can we talk about the wrestling, please?
Oh, that's right. Okay, sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Anyway, they had that match, and the winners of the match and the new WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler.
Okay. So that was an
And
exciting
here's-
moment?
Yeah, and here's some fun facts about that tag team who won the titles.
Oh, okay.
Ronda Rousey became the umpteenth Triple Crown winner in the women's division. I don't know exactly how many they were, but she was one of those wrestlers that won 3 titles in WWE.
Okay.
And then Shayna Baszler won the women's tag team titles for the 3rd time last night. The other 2 times she was the tag champ was with Nia Jax.
Sounds like a very historic evening indeed.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Yes, it does indeed.
Okay.
Larry, do you have the top 5 countries available?
Yes, I do, Tim. Thanks for asking. Number 5 will be Brazil.
Okay.
Number 4 will be that land down under Australia.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
Number 3 would be Puerto Rico.
Okay.
Well, you sound like you don't like that.
Well, it's kind of a
Nation
US
state?
territory. Yeah.
Okay, number 2, Canada.
All right.
Number 1, United States.
Well,
of America.
absolutely it is.
Yes.
Gotta do it.
Yes. Larry, God bless you, and God bless these United States of America.
Yeah, God bless America.
All right, thank you, Nick.
Larry, Nick. Oh, well, Doug. The Doggies got themselves a big win. And was it historic with Miguel Perez? And he graduates from high school one day, and he's scoring goals in the MLS the next day? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. I did not see the game, but he apparently is quite the young.
Why do you hate the
up-and-coming
Vancouver
star.
Whitecaps?
I don't hate anybody.
You should go watch Leuven's goal.
I was at this wedding getting scolded.
About the Reds.
Yeah, I was looking outside the ballpark Hilton. I said, hey, St. Louis looks pretty good. Looked over there. You can see the arch that way. Looked out the window here. Oh, there's a building on fire.
Yeah, I saw
Wait a
that
minute,
on
there's a
your
building
Instagram.
on fire.
What the hell was going on? What was that? I saw it
was
on your
an-
Instagram. Was that Saturday night?
It turned out to be an empty 2-story warehouse a little north of the Dome.
Oh, that's a nice area.
Yeah. And I guess they took a defensive posture and let it burn out and not rush inside to save an old empty warehouse.
Arson?
I don't know what started it. But it looked pretty ominous there for a while.
Yeah, I saw that on your Instagram on Saturday night.
Is that a thirst trap?
Yeah, just,
Was it a thirst trap?
Just another Saturday night in St.
Where the
Louis.
smoke is.
It's actually a request for water is what it was. Actual thirst.
If you're downtown, Cardinals wrap up this 2-game homestand, then have 2 days off. I don't know what's going on.
Gosh, I don't either.
But that's what's going on. But the Doggies are playing a bunch of home games, too. Maggie O'Brien's is the place you want to go. Sunset Hills and, of course, downtown St. Louis. See that Eddie McVeigh hang out. The millions of dollars of renovations they have done for the downtown location have paid out, that's for sure. You know what you're going to get when you go to Maggie O'Brien's. Great food, great service, a family-owned Irish pub. That is synonymous with downtown St. Louis and now Sunset Hills and TMA listeners. It is Maggie O'Brien's right across from City Park and right down the street from Busch Stadium. Maggie O'Brien's Union Station is next to them. We close out our 8 o'clock hour, which is presented by Munganess, St. Louis Acura, and Alden Toyota. Send your emails in for our design, air heating, and cooling email today. You want to be the TMA Listener of the Month? Go apply. Milagro Tequila, TMA Listener of the Month at TMASTL.com. Welcome to a brighter side of tequila with Milagro. This is the Ryan Kelly Morning After from the Michelob Ultra Studios.
Blow off work and join the morning after at Busch Stadium on Wednesday, June 14th, when the Cardinals take on the Giants for a day game. You can get field tickets for $30, which includes $12 in cards cash. Maybe use it to buy helmet nachos. You'll sit with other TMA listeners too. Before the game, head over to Salt and Smoke at Ballpark Village for a pre-game live TMA broadcast from 7-ish to 10 with a special breakfast and drink menu from Salt and Smoke. Not to completely overload you with information, but here goes. Head to the TMA STL shop to get your best fans and baseball shirt for our big day at a big discount. Use the code CARDS to get the shirt for only $20. Plus, all shirts will ship to Hubbard, and you'll pick them up at Salt and Smoke the morning of the game. Find out more about all this stuff at TMASTL.com. You're hearing TMA all day on KPNT HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis, featuring the Ryan Kelly Morning After, live from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Then a full show replay from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., followed by the best of TMA from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m., and another same-day replay starting at 10 p.m. Find the full schedule at TMASTL.com. Brought to you by Ryan Kelly at thehomeloanexpert.com, the most efficient mortgage process you'll ever experience.
Okay. Hot takes.
Yeah.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
And now the Pepperoncini Show with Darren Atkins and Ken Stroh. All right, take it, fellas.
There it is. That's the open.
Pepperoncini.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
We don't know what it is. We don't understand the name. We just know it's stupid. And it's available every weekday, featuring Iggy and the Plowboy. Apparently it's some kind of a podcast or something. Available at TMASTL.com and on the TMASTL mobile app. Whatever.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here right now with James Carlton of the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency. I made the switch to start working with you, James. It couldn't have been easier to make that switch to start saving money.
Well, I appreciate that, Tim, and we appreciate your business. Yeah, this is the time to save money. My goodness, we're all feeling it at the grocery store, at the gas pump, etc. So if you've noticed that your insurance rate has gone up, I want to stress how easy it is to get a proposal from us by going online at carltoninsurance.net.
Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency online at carltoninsurance.net.
Urban Dictionary defines thirsty as purposely, knowingly, and recklessly attempting to gain fame to boost self-esteem. So, are you thirsty? Well, TMA has you covered. Become a part of the 2023 TMA Listener of the Month Club. You nominate yourself for a monthly award. And if you win, you get recognition and stuff to help you satisfy that insatiable thirst. We're talking January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, etc. Go to TMASTL.com or the TMA app. Give us your name, a photo, and other pertinent information. Tell us why you deserve to be TMA Listener of the Month. And if you don't want to use your real name or photo, we don't really care. The TMA Listener of the Month. Get recognized just for being you, or fake you, or whatever. Quenched by Milagro Tequila. Welcome to the brighter side of tequila with Milagro in the morning after on KPNT HD2.
Driving the ball 300 yards is cool and impresses your buddies, but scoring amounts to getting the ball in the hole. Thus, the best way to lower your scores is to improve your short game. If you want a golf green that putts true and gives you real grass performance when practicing chips, pitches, and bunker shots, the only company to call is Clubhouse Turf, St. Louis's exclusive partner of Celebrity Greens. Each Clubhouse Turf signature green is unique in design and can create your own backyard golf experience that your family and friends will enjoy for years to come. Call Clubhouse Turf today at 314-802-6229 or visit them online at clubhouseturf.com.
Mortgage interest rates have started to drop, and that's great news. The difference between a rate in the 7s and a rate in the 5s could save you hundreds of dollars a month. But if you've been wanting to buy a new home, you need to act fast. And with inventory already near record lows, home prices will start to rise again. Don't miss out on your chance to get a lower interest rate and an affordable purchase price on the home of your dreams. Get pre-approved today by visiting thehomeloanexpert.com, home of the 10-day closing guarantee. The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326241.
Hello, it's Jackson for Rosalita's. TMA listeners know that Rosalita's Cantina has the best patio and the best Tex-Mex in town. From tableside guac to piled high nachos, the amazing menu at Rosalita's is full of classic Mexican dishes. Plus, it's always time for a margarita, and Rosalita's has the most delicious house and specialty margs in town. Enjoy happy hour specials Monday through Friday from 3 to 6, and let Rosalita's cater your next event. Check out rosalitascantina.com or visit the downtown or DePere location today. Time to get your fiesta on at Rosalita's.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan. I'm here with a great sponsor on TMA, and that is the Longo Biggs Injury Law Firm. But here is the thing. You hear injury law and you go, okay, well, that's all they do. But that is not necessarily the case.
Yeah, Tim, we also do workers' compensation cases, and those are obviously cases that comes from someone getting hurt while at work. But these cases are actually kind of tricky because workers' compensation cases are governed by their own set of laws, and they can be difficult to navigate. There's a lot of things people don't know. For instance, all your medical treatment has to be provided by your employer, and there's two different kinds of payments you need to be concerned about in a work comp case. One type is just getting paid for the time that you can't work, and the other is a settlement for the permanent injury that you have, which factors in various elements of your case, such as what body part and how severe it is. And this is where you need a knowledgeable work comp attorney to help you maximize your settlement. The insurance companies don't negotiate fair in these cases and don't settle for less if you're hurt at work. Visit our website or Google Longo Biggs Injury Law.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
The Tim McKernan Show podcast, featuring long-form interviews with people from the world of sports, politics, and entertainment.
And our guest today, Bill McClellan. Thanks so much for coming in.
Hey, my pleasure, Tim.
What's up, Caden?
Hi, how are you?
Joe Buck, our guest today.
Man, it's like I haven't seen you in years.
More than 500 episodes and counting, and it's available wherever you get your podcasts, including the TMA STL app. Get the app now at TMASTL.com. Now, back to the Ryan Kelly Morning After.
KPNT FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis.
Bill. It's great perspective.
Mm-hmm. We need this on a Tuesday.
Doug, did the loss of the Royals yesterday make you cry? Be honest.
Yes, it did. I wept openly. I didn't care who saw me. It was appropriate to grieve.
The NL Central is so bad.
You know what's worse? The AL Central.
I know.
You know what? As bad as the Cardinals have played,
they're 5.5 out.
Last place again. If they just continue at this pace, they're going to be in it right to the end.
But the wild card's not up for grabs for them.
No.
It's division or bust, and that's the problem.
But if you just play just a little bit over 500 the rest of the way, you might win the darn division.
That's why John Mozeliak I'm not a big fan of, because that's kind of his philosophy, it seems like.
I don't know. I don't think his philosophy is, geez, if we can just play 500, that's good enough. I don't think it is.
Well, have you seen the roster? What makes you say any different?
Well, because he thought the roster was better than it is.
We have 6 pitchers. We have 6 starters, is what he said. I'm still trying to find 2.
Yeah. I don't think his plan is, gee, I sure hope we're 500. I think he thought that the players are better than what they're producing. How could you not? Everybody did.
Wild card or bust.
That was the business model, Plow? Wild card or bust?
Felt like it. Looked at Steven Matz. Oh, wow, he's the 3?
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of stuff going on, and we have a lot of sound on it. Royals and Mike Myers, former Cardinal.
Worst Major League debut in the history of baseball? That guy.
That's correct.
Yeah.
But this year, he is the front runner for the American League Cy Young.
After yesterday, he sure is.
They nearly had a perfect game.
Unhittable.
So that was that, and that was after Helsley blew the save on Sunday. So that was that. But another thing that is going on is Jordan Walker is starting to hit for Memphis.
Send him down. Let's see how he does in Double-A. Get some darn fly balls.
And he has decided that he is not going to necessarily.
Ours is the type of show where even the hosts feel they can come and go at will.
What is he doing?
All right. He just walked in, grabbed a coffee cup, and then walked back out. Oblivious, apparently, to the fact that we are indeed on the air.
Lights on.
Kind of got a stern email about it, too, a couple weeks ago, but I guess maybe it didn't go to the AOL account.
That was designed for us.
Here's Jordan Walker saying that he's kind of, it sounds like, Doug, once you listen to it, he's decided he is going to just work on hitting, and he doesn't care if it's in the air. You decide.
Oh, okay. Hit the lever, Plowsy. Hit the lever.
Okay.
Plowsy, hit the lever.
I kind of went back to what I was doing before. I was told to start hitting the ball in the air, and that kind of got to me a little bit about trying to force the ball in the air a little bit too much. And I forced myself to do things that I usually don't do. So right now I'm not too worried about getting the ball in the air more, and I'm starting to drive the ball a lot better now. So I think it's just, being more relaxed and not thinking about it at the plate. There's no point of trying to hit the ball in the air if I'm not hitting the ball at all, So I might as well hit the ball hard, and if it's on the ground, it's on the ground. I'm trying to, find a hole, maybe drive run in, and then I feel like as I go through the season, it's going to get more in the air just like it did last year. So I just have to trust myself and trust how my swing's been, the past 3 years I've been in the organization, and that's just what I have faith in.
Oh, well, that sounds reasonable.
I'm flying this, by the way, Jackson, off of the new Adobe. I know what you're going to say, but I promise.
What's going on? What's going on with the audio?
Well, I had to restart my computer, and that always...
But what's wrong with the new Adobe Plowhawk?
Well, that's typically what, eliminates the stuttering throughout the waveform here. But it just happened to, maybe I clicked it too many times.
I heard stuttering.
I never wanted the new Adobe. No, when I had to edit...
Sounds like the first line of your memoir.
When I had to edit a bunch of stuff, and they say, we got the new Adobe, I don't want it. Give me the oldest one you got.
From a very young age, I knew I wanted to be a gangster.
Very early age, I knew I wanted the old Adobe.
Mm-hmm. Well, what he said made perfect sense, didn't it?
I love every second of it.
Yep.
How do you think management took that?
He'll be traded.
What? He's going to do it his own way and continue to hit the hell out of the baseball?
John Mozeliak did talk about Jordan Walker. We have audio here. Here's what he has to say.
I spoke with our hitting coaches down there recently, and they're very encouraged what they're seeing out of him. Obviously, even at the minor league level, you still want some consistency, and so we want to see that. But, he was sent down there with a very direct line of what he needed to do to get better, and we're seeing that, and that's encouraging.
I never wanted the Adobe. I never did. And yet you installed it nonetheless, against my wishes.
Fuck.
What's up?
Is Adobe has it been sitting open all week?
No, I had to restart the computer.
Okay.
What, it gets tired if it's open?
I'm reopening all my audio files.
People have been playing sound bites on the radio since 1928.
Doug, stop.
Should we go reel to reel?
Wish we did.
I used to have to use that thing.
Oh.
I had my old Stevie Nicks interview on Reel to Reel.
Oh, yeah, how'd that go?
Jordan Walker thing really didn't pan out. But no, like, he should definitely be up and playing.
It is stunning what they've done with him.
It
tears it up in spring training. You're one of the top prospects in all of baseball. Tears it up. Starts with a historic hitting streak at the beginning of his career. And then on a team desperate for some outfield, solid or just to get a regular outfield going, you've got a guy that looks like an up-and-coming superstar, and you send him to the minors and tell him to hit fly balls. It's stunning, isn't it? What am I missing?
That's what analytics probably told him, that he needs to hit home runs. So.
But have you ever heard any other player in baseball history be told that? Off to a great start your rookie year, we want more fly balls out of you.
And imagine him doing that and then watching the Cardinal play every day, and Alec Burleson's hitting like 5th or 6th. And he looks like a lumberjack that hasn't played in like 8 years. It looked like he just called this guy out from the electric union.
What is Burleson doing that you didn't think Walker could do?
I don't get it. Well, I do.
And now Nootbaar's hurt, so there's probably another spot.
Ben Fredrickson with a column this morning in the Post-Dispatch asking why wouldn't he be coming up at this point. Ali Marmol said it's a bigger discussion as far as the return. Our hope the whole time is to get him back here, but there's a part of this where you want to make sure he has real success before doing that.
Well, they had real success for 13 straight games.
Dude,
who else is having real success?
They are blatantly manipulating service time.
It has to be that.
They're saving another year of service time. There's no other explanation at this point.
Really isn't.
It's so obvious.
Walker is hitting .238 at Memphis, OPS of .733, 3 home runs, 14 RBIs. That's in 27 games, 105 at bats for the record.
That's not great.
His last 7 games, he's hitting .227, no home runs, and 7 strikeouts in his 22 at bats.
No, not great. Not great. You just hope they haven't screwed him up completely.
And Tim nailed another one.
Here we go.
Matz was in relief yesterday, so he's out of the rotation.
I was shocked. I was adamant that there's no way they'd put Steven Matz in the bullpen. I was shocked.
And he only gave up 1 run.
Yeah, he struck out 4 and 2 2/3. Maybe that, you need relievers the way they use the starters now. You need somebody who can give you 2 or 3 innings there in the middle. Maybe he can thrive in that role. But I don't think they can trot him out there as a starter anytime soon. But if he turns out to be an effective middle reliever, at least he gets something out of it.
How much are you making?
12.
They owe him $36 million still. Adam Wainwright is owed $17 million. Doug, it's not as in vogue to criticize Adam Wainwright, but Adam Wainwright isn't exactly doing much himself. Here is Adam Wainwright on his start to a season.
Hit the lever, Plowsy.
I think I'm trying to look at a big picture view here. The little moments I'm not winning right now. The probably 3 pitches a game that sway you to have a 2 ERA instead of a 6 is what I'm. It's really only 3 or 4 pitches a game, and I'm losing all those right now. So. It's those kinds of things. If I continue with my process, continue working, those things change, and I'll go on a run here soon where I'll go a month without hardly giving up a run, and y'all say, "What's the difference?" And I'll say, "Just kept with the process." So, I've been around long enough to know that that's the way the game goes. Sometimes it beats you up, sometimes you beat up.
Yeah. Well, gonna have to correct those 3 pitches that are costing him, I guess.
Hammer and Hank says, good morning. Marmol will be fired after tonight's game if they lose. With the 2 off days coming, you can take that to the bank. That's from Hammer and Hank.
Oh.
He has made an official play.
I don't know. He's got to be on thin ice when you have a team that everybody predicted was a division favorite, floundering around in last place and seemingly going nowhere. You would think that the manager's in some hot water.
It was odd to me. I read a column yesterday about Memorial Day observations from baseball writers on ESPN.com, and the way they were talking about the Cardinals is a team that's picked it up, and they had up until going on the Ohio road trip, and that was pretty rough, considering the caliber of opposition they were playing versus the caliber of opposition they had been playing, especially that week against the Brewers and Dodgers in the pitching that they faced. Now the Dodgers are dealing with a lot of pitching injuries themselves, but the Cardinals got them, and they faced Julio Urias, they faced Gonsolin. They didn't hit against Gonsolin. Syndergaard, I know, is not having a good year, and then Kershaw beat them 3 of 4 and took 2 of 3 from the Brewers, and they faced Peralta and Burns, and then you go and you face the Reds. And I know the Reds are the best team.
Yeah, the reliever, Ian Jabot, looks like the best reliever out there right now.
And the Guardians, and you go 3 and 4, that's rough. And then the cherry on top is losing, like you did yesterday, to the Kansas City Royals. Doug, who do have the best record in the game, and Mike Myers is the leader for the Cy Young at the moment, but still, you don't expect to be trying to avoid a perfect game against that squad.
I think when the Royals come to town, you just take your licks and wait for the next club to come in.
Yeah, that's when you got to bear down.
Right. You just accept you're probably going to have to put a couple of L's on the table, and just try to get them next time. They really have looked bad against some very weak teams here the last week or so.
And we don't have a closer. I mean, Helsley was taken out of it, then Gallegos put in. Gallegos has had some bad games, and it seems like, who was the last closer the Cardinals actually signed who was a closer?
Dave Veers.
Holland?
No, Andrew Miller, right? Was he a closer?
No.
Yeah, he wasn't a closer.
No, he's kind of a lefty.
They just always seem to come up with these people that have a good 6 months.
Well, that's kind of the way that the closers work in Major League Baseball right now. The days of Engine 42, Bruce Sutter, Lee Smith, who we saw here. Cardinals had a great run with closers, Jason Isringhausen. That stuff isn't as common. I mean, I think I know who's leading the league in saves, only because he's a part of the Southside Seamen. Doug, do you know who's leading the league in saves?
Is it Bednar with Pittsburgh?
I would think it's Felix Bautista with the Orioles, but maybe I'm off on that. I haven't looked it up. Point being, you see what I'm saying? It's Bednar, Bautista. It isn't like you used to be able to rattle off the Trevor Hoffmans, Mariano Rivera's.
They come and go.
It's a position where if somebody's doing it for a few years in a row, it's an outlier. And I feel like that's changed like within the last decade or so, because it was going on in 2000. In 2001, I know a lot of the guys, I know some of the guys, I shouldn't say a lot of the guys on those teams were like, we had a great team, but we don't really have a closer. And that's why they went out of their way to make sure they got Isringhausen after the 0-1 team, because they had a really solid lineup and some good starting pitching, but they didn't feel like they had a closer. They had Dave Veers in his splitty, but he wasn't really a textbook closer. And now you just find the reliever who's hot, and you put him in that spot.
I guess.
That's the way that it's been done around baseball. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong, I'm just observing that is what's taken place versus what you had in the 80s and 90s and 2000s when that position was, I feel like, valued and guys were getting monster deals for it.
Yeah, I guess the days of Mariano Rivera's are over. You see with Kenley Jensen's now, he's just a shell of himself. I mean, he was the best closer in baseball for a period of time.
Well, they probably get overused. It's a tough role to be ready every night. Or every other night, 3 times a week, maybe 4.
This team's only about 4 players away.
Cardinals?
From what?
From making it to the playoffs. I mean, they need a lot. Like, I know that Mozeliak's not going to be a seller at the deadline because you're 5.5 out currently. But I don't know if this is even going to be just getting another starting pitcher. If this is before Adam Wainwright came back, and you think Wainwright's going to be, a little bit better than what he has been. I mean, if it can be like this, and you have Matz in the bullpen, you may need 2 starters at the deadline to get yourself to the finish line. Depending on what the Brewers do as well. Maybe they try to sell one of their pitchers. I don't know.
It sounds so strange because it has to be more coincidental than data-driven. But when Nolan Arenado got it going, and you can look at the game logs, and when he got it going, that's when the Cardinals took off. I mean, there was an absolute direct correlation. And last week, he just went cold, kind of strangely, considering the pitching. Again, recognizing the Reds are the Braves of the 1990s with their pitching staff. But he went 0 for Cincinnati and didn't have a hit up in that entire road trip until Sunday. And the Cardinal offense and the Cardinals as a whole, for whatever reason, have had so far this season a direct correlation with Nolan Arenado, one individual's performance. You can kind of understand that if we're talking about like the NBA, where you only have 5 players on the floor at any time. But for a Major League Baseball team to have a direct correlation with one player's performance is really something else. And then along the lines, running parallel to Arenado's slump, was Wilson Contreras, who I believe went 0 for 29 or 0 for 27 before having a hit. And that is, that's not what you want. That's my take. 314-881-TMA5. You can respond to that and disagree with me, but do so at your own peril.
Oh,
yeah. I came loaded for
you're
bear.
really kind of feeling your oats after the suspension thing. You
Yeah, the
called
St.
it
Margaret of Scotland thing,
Yeah.
and then going to bed at 11 o'clock in Las Vegas, and like, yeah, I'm here for a pony. I'm snorting rails, but I still go to bed early. No threesomes. Plowhawk had more threesomes in Staunton in the pop-up. So, yeah, I'm willing to say Wilson Contreras going 0 for 27 or 9 is going to be a problem. I said it. I don't care.
Gee.
I'll say it on
You just
101
don't-
ESPN,
don't
too.
care
I
who
will.
cancels you, do you?
I don't. Not anymore. Not
All right.
anymore.
Well, it's nice to see you stand up to the mob.
Yep. You should see my Twitter account right now. But you should see my
Nonetheless,
mentions.
Damn, pram building.
You're speculating, and that's what it was speculation, that St. Margaret of Scotland might not have a school still in operation.
That's right.
That was so darn hurtful, reckless, and offensive that it's no wonder that you got shipped out of state for a while.
That's right.
And to let it blow over.
Yeah, TMZ tried to get to the clinic in Vegas. They put you in the villa.
See, that sounds glorious to me. That sounds glorious to me, though, because I'm getting
It's like
older.
getting suspended?
No, but just going to Vegas for, with your wife and a couple of days without the kids and just to relax, have nice dinners, sit at the pool, get a good night's sleep. To me, that's glorious.
Oh, it was great. I'm just observing how, I'll have to show you some of these pictures from the 2008 trip. I was texting with some of my...
I'm aware of those.
Okay, yeah, I mean, it was just a totally different... and it's fine. Hey, I mean, at this point...
I did the same thing when I was younger.
Yeah, so I enjoyed it, but for what it was, and it was great. And the other thing is I used to dread going to that airport and coming back. Dread it. But I'm like, I can't wait to see my boys, you know. So it was perfect. There for 3 nights.
Bring me any In-N-Out burgers back?
Didn't go to In-N-Out. I was thinking about just getting In-N-Out and watching Succession in the room on Sunday night. But Anna Marie had booked that reservation at Sinatra at Encore. And I'm glad I didn't do that. We came back and watched Succession at 12 Pacific time, too. So that was our late night, was watching TV via the Roku we brought in Las Vegas.
See, I'm to the point where I'm upset because I used to go on Facebook and find birthdays and anniversaries and just type congrats.
Yeah.
So I could see the balloons and the confetti go off.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
And they stopped that. They don't do that anymore. That's how sad my life is, that I don't have the congrats with the balloons and confetti anymore going up.
And it upsets you a little bit.
Yeah, because I used to actually look for that.
Yeah. Well, times change. Got to roll with it best you can.
Yeah, I just watched Blacklist over season 6. I thought
Like season 6 of Blacklist.
Yeah, I thought there were only 9 seasons. There's 10 seasons. They're on season 10 now.
Are they?
When you find out that Raymond Reddington's not Elizabeth's father, you kind of...
Spoiler alert!
Well, show's about 10 years old. It's a great show. I recommend, if you've never seen Blacklist, you're looking for something to binge for about, let's see, 220 episodes.
Doug, do you have time for 220 episodes?
I don't have 220 episodes of my own life.
Well, they're on season 10 now, live on NBC, but all 9 seasons are up on Netflix. So if you haven't seen it, God, it's such a great show. I forgot how good it was. So, Blacklist, big fan of James Spader.
Yeah, you've said that a few times.
Those 220 episodes go quick, though.
They do, though.
They're an hour long, so just do the math.
Doug, do you have 220 extra hours?
I just don't see it happening.
If you do, I would suggest spending just one of those at Family Golf and Learning Center.
Oh,
I
yeah.
might be there today.
Take a break from the TV and get out there.
Yeah, I might be there today. I've got a responsibility to the Warson Woods Wacko this week, candidly. That's where my... that's where I'm going to hang my hat this weekend, Doug.
Are you
Warson
really?
Woods.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
How are their Calcuttas?
I don't know. This is my first member guest at that particular establishment.
Yeah, I don't know how wealthy the people are out of Algonquin.
Almighty.
Very
Really?
wealthy.
You want to
We're at a
ask?
country club.
You want to ask that?
I still might not have my first member guest.
Well, I'm just curious because, I mean, I've only played
You want a
Westboro.
financial rundown of all the members?
I've only played Westboro. These guys are in there throwing thousands at teams.
Well, Algonquin is definitely a nice course.
It is a nice course.
Every one of
I
them, I'm
played there.
sure, a millionaire.
And those houses are definitely worth more than 200,000.
Around Algonquin? Oh, God, yes.
Nice
Everywhere, almost all over town, they're worth more than 200,000 at this point.
Nice restaurants, nice little card rooms.
At Algonquin?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's a wonderful club.
It is a wonderful club. I just don't know how wealthy the people are.
I'm extremely wealthy.
Is it where the poorest go, Doug, now? Is that where we're at?
Oh, God.
The wealthiest are probably Old Warson and St. Louis Country Club, Belle Reve, probably. I don't know if it's a three-way tie. I don't know. It'd be close.
What we need is all members, if they could, to email the morning after at InsideSTL.com with their net worth.
Yeah, then we can
But
see how
they're
your
Friday. They'd be willing to do that, I'm sure.
And then meet at the Starbucks at Lindbergh and Clayton
Yeah.
with their balance sheets.
And
And
just
if you
do a
could
quick
do
math.
that today,
Yeah.
we would appreciate it. And
Sooner
then
the
we'll have a
better.
ranking.
The sooner the better, for sure.
And you're actually signing away. We have the ability to put these on the fan page
That's
as well.
correct. They go on the TMA fan page.
Because it's
Any
our
Instagram-
business.
I'm sure Licks will let everybody know how wealthy the people at Algonquin are.
Why would you think they're not wealthy at Algonquin?
I didn't say that.
You said you didn't know how wealthy they are.
I was wondering how their Calcutta's going to go. Maybe somebody else. I'll bid 20. Sold. Where's it? Westboro. 1,500, 1,800. Do I hear 1,900?
I'll be darned.
That's two people basically doing it all, but still.
Well, Doug, Family Golf and Learning Centers where you're going to get your work in.
Yeah. Probably, players there probably aren't quite as wealthy as
You don't need to
at
be rich to
Algonquin.
go out there. The prices are great to get in that
Right.
chipping
Become
area.
rich by getting your short game fixed. That's what I will be doing. I think I am going to go out there today with one of my boys and just get some work in, Doug. It's a premier golfing facility for all abilities and ages. Provides a friendly and encouraging practice experience for the individual or the family. Player development includes monthly clinics, adult clinics, summer camps, too, if you're looking for that for your kids, and private instruction. They have a par 3 course, double-decker driving range, and you can enjoy lunch or dinner on the terrace and a wonderful patio of the Back Nine Bar and Grill. Go to FamilyGolfOnline.com. Learn, practice, play your best golf. It's Adam Betts and the wonderful staff at Family Golf. They make St. Louis better at golf. Family Golf and Learning Center. Speaking of Adam Betts, Doug, why don't we talk about Glenn Betts Jewelers?
Sure,
and his
should.
father, Craig Betts, because they are the official jeweler of TMA. It's Glenn Betts Jewelers. Doug, you did quantum physics courses at
Right.
Kirkwood High School
We were in the
with
advanced classes, of course. Quantum
Craig.
physics. Yeah.
Missy was my, Craig's wife was my second crush in grade school.
Oh,
behind
Joan Wandersee.
Joan Wanders.
And Missy and Joan were best friends, so it's kind of odd, but yeah.
Did they know? Did each of them know?
Oh,
They
yeah.
had a crush on both
Yeah.
of them?
Missy is a great, great human being. And you can see her out there.
How
quite a
about
bit.
Joan? Something wrong with
Joan
her?
was great too, but
You have a
we're
character
talking about the
flaw?
bets though.
Oh.
You'll see Missy out there.
There you go. You can see her at I-270 in Manchester exit, and it's about a mile east. That's where the building is. It's Glenn Betts Jewelers, in business in St. Louis since 1941, and they're operated by the third and fourth generation of the Betts family. The Glenn Betts difference is you are served personally. You're not sold. Glenn Betts Jewelers develops relationships through generations of your family as well. They get to know your likes, your lifestyle, and who and what you love. Those are the 3 L's. GlennBettsJewelers.com, Glenn BETZ Jewelers.com, located 1 mile east of 270 on Manchester and De Pere. In the jewelry business, there is good, then there's better, and then there is bets.
Good, better, best. Never let it rest till your good is better and your better is bets.
There you go. That's Glenn Betts Jewelers. All right, Morrison Woods Wacko. We've gotten a lot of texts on that.
Oh, I can't wait for his response.
Did the Black Lung really just ask that question?
I did, yeah.
Let's just say most members can buy your underachieving ass many, many times over. And nobody wears 1980s Tommy Hilfiger like it's in style. So why don't you just pay your Netflix subscription and watch 900 episodes of some B-list Spanish show, you loser? Doug, that's from the Warson Wacko.
That's not saying
Who's
much.
not happy.
I mean, there's members at Riverside that could buy me out.
Doug, do they have a membership program at Riverside?
I haven't seen it, but if so, I'd be
Wouldn't take
up
much.
for
That
it.
really wasn't much of a comment. I don't think I own a Hilfiger shirt. I
You
own
don't?
2 pair of Hilfiger pants. I don't think
Perry
I own.
Ellis, you own a lot of Perry Ellis.
Yeah, and Michael Kors.
Yeah.
I don't think I own a Hilfiger, but
Any Sam Canetto or whatever it was, Cavato.
Cavato, yeah. She used to,
Sammy Cabuto.
he used to date. He used to date Jerry Watts' daughter from Grassi's. The first owner.
It's kind of a roundabout thing.
Yeah, it wasn't Jerry Watts' daughter. It was Vito Agnello's daughter, Carla.
Vito Agnello's.
Carla. She was the cashier at Grassi's. They were the first owners, and she was dating Sam Cavato.
Really?
Yeah. Little tidbit for him.
Yeah. Let's go burgering. Sound like a Jerry Burger column.
We should do a segment. Let's go iggying.
Yeah.
Sell that, Kelly.
That could be a segment.
Give me a live spot. What was I saying?
I don't know.
Good morning. Watch me spoil 2 major plot lines involving the main characters, then recommend all of you watch. Jesus! That's from Brian Hench and Dougie's The Malaga Tequila Lister of the Month of
Well,
March.
that's just one small part of 10 episodes. And it changes. Trust me, it changed like 9 times, so that ruined nothing. But, yeah. It wasn't the same when Megan Boone left, though, but still pretty good.
I have a Shakira t-shirt that I wear all the time.
Shakira?
Was that a drop?
Yeah, it was a drop.
Oh, I thought Jackson was piped in more.
I mean, at this point, the ADD is so off the wall, I don't know what's real and what's not.
Oh, I thought that was Iggy saying it. I didn't realize.
We were speaking of
Jackson
golf,
said
and since
that.
I heard Jackson pipe in there with a drop, do we want to recap the Munganess since we did do it yesterday?
Iggy had
Yesterday, you guys came in and did a
No, we didn't do a
No.
show yesterday, so we didn't
reps
recap who won the Munganess.
I got some work.
I know
I kept bypass off. We recorded 2 hours.
I know I had the winner, but
Oh, did you have the winner? Well, then you
Well,
probably
then it's
won.
over. But Doug had the guy in last place.
I had Michael Block.
Oh, yeah, the Blocky?
Yeah.
they have a big party for him tonight at his country club. It's open to the public, too.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, they
Stop
put a
on
thing
that.
out that said RSVP if you want to come.
Let's go to Mission Hills.
May fly out.
Yeah, Doug had 3 missed the cut, including the block party.
No.
Who shot 15 over. Homeless Hubs got T10 though.
Homeless Hubs is on a heater.
Shout out to Homeless Hubs. Doug finished with 255 points. Iggy had Fleetwood, McCarthy, and Cam Davis all missed the cut.
Yeah, my 3 highest priced players. You know what?
And you got to pick them, too.
And you know what I did it the week before? All 3 players missed the cut by 1. Idiot. 2 of them bogeyed 18. And I think it was McCarthy, or it might have been Chris Davis, who double bogeyed 18, bogeyed 16, bogeyed 17, double bogeyed 18 to miss the cut by 1.
No.
So I only had 3 make the cut, too.
Yeah, but you had Griot, who won.
Did you say Grillo or Griot?
I don't usually say either.
Emilio Grillo.
Yeah, I have to think it'd be Griot.
Grillo.
I would think so, but for some reason I feel like I hear Grillo.
It could be. I don't know. I know he won, and that Iggy finished with 305 points, so he takes the Charles Schwab Challenge.
Congratulations, you got the Schwab.
Did the children get anything?
No.
Gosh, Iggy.
I had 3 miss the cut and only missed cashing in my game by like 20 points.
Oh, but gosh. The
If you
children
watch-
of our community need
I've never
need
seen
some
this
help,
on.
and you're doing
I'm sure
research?
Tim wasn't watching. He was in Vegas. I've never seen anything like this. Griot had a 2-shot lead going to 18. Hit the ball in the hazard. But the hazard is like a canal with very, very shallow water, but it runs.
Like a berm.
It runs
like John
from
Vandevelde.
But it runs from it runs back to the tee. The water's going that way. Hit the ball in there, and it wouldn't stop moving.
Just kept going down in the canal.
They waited 7 minutes
for it to keep stop.
It wouldn't stop.
Really?
It rolled,
was oscillating.
It rolled back toward the tee box about 90 yards, and he's waiting. And finally, they brought the rules guy on, and they said, "I don't know what they're waiting for. I mean, he's got. It's been 5 minutes. He's got to decide what he's going to do. He's got to go back to where it crossed, and he's got to hit there. I don't know what they're sitting there watching the ball.
Yeah.
So they watched for another 5 minutes, and it finally stopped on a rock And he went down and looked at it, picked it up, and walked all the way back to where it crossed and hit it.
Oh, did he?
So it was really a waste of like 10 minutes.
And then Dougie doubled it.
He
Well,
doubled.
it happens.
Then won in the playoff. But I never seen anything like it. The ball just kept going and going and going and going and going, and just sitting there watching it.
Well,
so congratulations to Grillo. Yeah.
Hey, congratulations to you. You won the Munganess Daily Fantasy Sports Show.
And a pretty good field at the Memorial this week.
Oh, usually is.
Yeah.
Stop dropping spoilers and go back to aggressively masturbating to Xena Warrior Princess. It's from Scissor Me Timbers.
Well, I have masturbated to her, but it was when she was
Why do we need to know this?
But when she was in Spartacus, talking about
that was with
Lucy Lawless.
Kurt Russell?
Hello, Cucky. Kirk Douglas.
No, this is the TV show, which is another great show I recommend on Stars.
Oh, gosh.
Spartacus. And she got naked quite a bit, and Lucy Lawless got naked quite a bit in Spartacus.
Did she really?
Very nice breast. When I interviewed her, I asked her, she said she had a Merkin but didn't get to use it. She didn't go full frontal.
Oh! Oh.
She said, yeah, I had a Merkin in my dresser.
Oh, KG in O-Town, he's got to get a prize. He said, Merkin reference coming.
Well,
God,
yeah.
how did he know that? That's very Stedman-esque.
I've told the story before, and I'm sure he knew I was going to tell it again. Read me like a book. Yeah, that's why you're an employee.
Full time, apparently.
Yeah. How many guys would interview Lucy Lawless and ask about a Merkin?
Probably none.
Only the
Ever
best.
Been
That's
so
right.
crass
Only the best.
to do that.
You, Ted Koppel.
Whatever
60
happened to him? Is he still alive?
I don't know.
He never shows up anywhere, does he?
He was.
No, I don't watch.
He had the worst toupee ever.
I don't think it was a toupee.
Oh, yes, it had to be.
I don't know. I think it was just a big, gorgeous, thick tuft of hair.
He's still all right. 83.
I saw a picture of Marlo Thomas and what's his name, who did the talk show?
Phil Donahue.
Phil Donahue.
Yeah.
At dinner, she says, we went to a matinee for a date night. She still looks fabulous. He's obviously not getting any work done, and she did.
Oh, she's had so much work done you wouldn't recognize her.
Yeah.
The last time I saw her in some Hallmark movie or something, I said, no, who was that? It was Marlo Thomas. Really?
Please, cut his mic!
Cut his mic!
How many times are we going to hear this Lucy Lawless Merkin story? That's from Big Tough. You tell the Lucy Lawless Merkin story a lot.
I don't even know if I remember
I think
it.
I've mentioned it once or twice, but that's all it takes. People have a memory like elephants. Tell it again. 15 years ago you told it. We hear it again. You want to see her naked?
Yeah. Let's see what we got here. A lot to work with for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today, which comes your way at 9:45 the morning after. At InsideSTL.com, Buck Swope commanding lead. So commanding, he's already won the month of May. Tunnels 12,000, JV golf coach, and Uncle Nuggets all with 2 wins. Keep an eye on that Uncle Nuggets for the month of June, though.
Yeah.
The morning after at InsideSTL.com.
Feed email in. When he emails in, he wins.
He's very good. He's very dangerous. The morning after at InsideSTL.com. We said temperatures in the 90s this week, so it is time to get your air conditioning tuned up. If you haven't, do so by going to DesignAirService.com. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling. Doug is a client. I'm a client. Say, friends, why don't you become a client as well? It's Design Air Heating and Cooling online at DesignAirService.com. Jackson, can you tell the people about Mark Hanna,
if you
the great communicator? 314-889-0503 or go online at EvergreenSTL.com.
That's exactly what he is, Tim. He is the great communicator. When I think of great communication, I think of Mark Hanna. And I know that because I work with him personally. He helps me with my finances. And that's truly one of the best decisions I've ever made, is working with someone like Mark Hanna because, there's a lot of people out there with wisdom and knowledge, and that's great, and people like that can help you. And Mark certainly has all that wisdom and knowledge, but it's the way he conveys that to his clients that I think separates him. The way that if I get on the phone with Mark, I'm concerned I have something change in my life and I need to make an adjustment immediately. I know if I get on the phone with Mark Hanna, I'm going to feel a lot more confident, a lot better about my situation when I get off that phone than when I get on the call, because I know Mark has all that wisdom and knowledge and will be able to convey that to me. That's why I work with Mark Hanna, and that's exactly why you should work with Mark Hanna.
314-889-0503 or go online at EvergreenSTL.com. And James Carlton of the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency, who is my insurance agent. I would like him to become your insurance agent. Now 313 5-star reviews at Google for James Carlton of the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency. He's in Webster Groves, and he is my insurance agent. He is the Plowhawks agent. And, Doug, I'm going to read one of these 313 five-star reviews, and I want the people to think about how passionate you might feel about an insurance agent to go, so you know what, I'm going to give him a 5-star review. I switched to James Carlton after some bad experiences with the claims process at my previous insurance carrier. I had heard great things from quite a few people, and the hype is real. James and his staff are unbelievable to work with, and I've just been through my first claim through State Farm, and everything went smoothly. Of course, I hope I don't have to go through that again anytime soon, but at least I have peace of mind that if and when I do, it'll be handled in a timely and professional manner. Count me as an extremely happy customer. It's James Carlton, Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency, online at carltoninsurance.net. If your insurance costs a leg and an arm, call James Carlton, State Farm. It's 9 o'clock in St. Louis. We close out our appliance discounters 8 o'clock hour. If you're in the market for an appliance, look no further than Appliance Discounters and their 80,000 square foot warehouse full of GE appliances and other major brands ready for delivery. Shop online at theappliancediscounters.com, where pricing has been adjusted to beat everybody in the competition. It is Appliance Discounters online at theappliancediscounters.com. Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email of the day coming your way. And then a very erotic and sapphic story that was Jackson included in the links today.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Yeah, that's coming up next. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After from the Michelob Ultra Studios.
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like the steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is a perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
Okay. Hot takes.
Yeah.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
And now the Pepperoncini Show with Darren Atkins and Ken Stroh. All right, take it, fellas.
There it is. That's the open.
Pepperoncini.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
We don't know what it is. We don't understand the name. We just know it's stupid. And it's available every weekday, featuring Iggy and the Plowboy. Apparently it's some kind of a podcast or something. Available at TMASTL.com and on the TMASTL mobile app. Whatever.
I was just reading an article that credit card debt in the U.S. is about to top $1 trillion. That's great for the greedy credit card companies and the big cigar-chopping bankers, but for the rest of us, folks, it's a real big problem. What if I told you that there was a way to put an end to it once and for all? With home values still near record highs, there's never been a better time for a cash-out refinance. Get on the path to financial freedom today and pay off those credit cards once and for all. TheHomeLoanExpert.com. The Home Loan Expert LLC, NMLS number 1326241.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan. I am here with a wonderful sponsor of TMA, and that is Longo Biggs Injury Law Firm. And this is something that I experienced, as a matter of fact, years ago. If you get a call from an insurance agency, if you were in an accident, they are not necessarily working on your side. Isn't that right?
Yeah, Tim. I mean, in almost every case, there's going to be an insurance company involved. You know, they typically insure whoever caused the injuries to you by the person or the business that caused it. And unfortunately, from the moment your case begins, the insurance company is actually working against you, trying to minimize their payout. You might get a call from like somebody who seems like to be a really nice person who's just trying to see how you're doing, but their goal is actually to get some information out of you to turn around and use it later to show that you're not as hurt as you actually are. Insurance companies have specialized systems and thousands of workers who follow a playbook to pay you as little money as possible when you're hurt. This is Doug Biggs, and my injury law firm hates insurance companies and their deceitful tactics, and we'll make a fair fight out of it. Visit our website or Google Longo Biggs Injury Law.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements. The Midwest Drag Racing Series Night of Fire and Thunder at Worldwide Technology Raceway, Saturday, July 1st. Bring out the whole family and check out jet cars, dragsters, ground-pounding pro mods, live music, and fireworks. Tickets start at just $30 and kids 12 and under are free. Don't miss it. Race cars, fireworks, and more at WWT Raceway, Saturday, July 1st. Get your tickets and all the details at WWTRaceway.com.
If you're concerned about the health of your trees, you need to talk to the Davey Tree Expert Company. These people love trees. They have a passion for keeping trees healthy. Their certified arborists provide personalized care for your trees. They're trained in the latest technologies for safe and accurate pruning and provide reliable preventative measures for diseases and invasive insects. Call Davey Tree at 314-961-5440 or see their website at Davey, spelled DAVEY.com.
Urban Dictionary defines thirsty as purposely, knowingly, and recklessly attempting to gain fame to boost self-esteem. So, are you thirsty? Well, TMA has you covered. Become a part of the 2023 TMA Listener of the Month Club. You nominate yourself for a monthly award, and if you win, you get recognition and stuff to help you satisfy that insatiable thirst. We're talking January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, etc. Go to TMASTL.com or the TMA app. Give us your name, a photo, and other pertinent information. Tell us why you deserve to be TMA Listener of the Month. And if you don't want to use your real name or photo, we don't really care. The TMA Listener of the Month. Get recognized just for being you, or fake you, or whatever. Quenched by Milagro Tequila. Welcome to the brighter side of tequila with Milagro in the morning after on KPNT HD2.
Hello, it's Jackson for Rosalitas. TMA listeners know that Rosalitas Cantina has the best patio and the best Tex-Mex in town. From tableside guac to piled high nachos, the amazing menu at Rosalitas is full of classic Mexican dishes. Plus, it's always time for a margarita, and Rosalitas has the most delicious house and specialty margs in town. Enjoy happy hour specials Monday through Friday from 3 to 6, and let Rosalitas cater your next event. Check out rosalitascantina.com or visit the downtown or DePere location today. Time to get your fiesta on at Rosalitas.
The Tim McKernan Show podcast, featuring long-form interviews with people from the world of sports, politics, and entertainment.
And our guest today, Bill McClellan. Thanks so much for coming in.
Hey, my pleasure, Tim.
What's up, Caden?
Hi, how are you?
Joe Buck, our guest today.
Man, it's like I haven't seen you in years.
More than 500 episodes and counting, and it's available wherever you get your podcasts, including the TMA STL app. Get the app now at TMASTL.com. TMA wants to send you to Evolution Festival, a new elevated music festival experience coming to Forest Park August 26th and 27th, featuring the Black Keys and the Black Crows, plus Brandy Carlisle and Harper and the Innocent Criminals, Brittany Howard, Ice Cube, Morgan Wade, and more. This is our town. This is our time. This is our evolution. Tickets for this elevated bourbon and barbecue experience over 2 days in Forest Park are on sale now, but you can win your way in on the TMA app. If you don't have it, find out how to get it at TMASTL.com. Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
Butter me up, Daddy.
The Ryan Kelly Morning After.
KPNT FM HD2.
This is going to make you think about it, I think, Doug.
Just got rolled by the Royals.
Oh. Well, you know, tonight's a new night.
Couple days off.
Yeah, could use that. Could use a week or so. A couple weeks. You think you come back better after 2 days off, or a little...
Statistically, they haven't done it in like 100 years, so we don't have a lot of sample size.
Yeah, what for? Are they setting up a concert or something? Is that what this is about? Sorry, Cardinals, get off the field.
I believe the initial plan was... Is my audio off? Or is my headphones off?
Yeah, you good.
My headphone jack is...
Well, Doug has an issue with that as well.
Oh, really? Well, we both
you
got
weren't
that
out
going.
alone.
Michael Jackson, 91. But they were going to have the Memorial Day holiday off and then play Tuesday, Wednesday, and then an off day on Thursday. So the Cardinals requested that they play Monday, and then that meant they had this random 2 days off thing.
Okay.
So there's your knowledge. Hey, if you're watching on YouTube, you see James Carlton sitting here. Hello, James Carlton.
Good morning, fellas. How you doing?
What a gallery. I've never heard a gallery this... Are you charged up with now Doug's lead story, the Sweet 16 of the Fan Page Club Championship, the Jennings?
I think I missed that.
Oh,
wow. I said it wasn't my lead story.
Okay.
My lead story is getting hollered at.
You're still in, right, Tom?
Comment.
I am.
How about that?
I'm playing the Pope Joseph Paul. I wonder if Brett Hinnan's army will now side with me.
Okay.
I can tell you what the answer to that is already. Did you play this weekend? Did you get out and get some work in?
I played Friday afternoon.
How did you play?
Actually, you know, I'm a terrible golfer. I'm a 22.
22 handicap, Doug.
Well,
but I'm having some good shots. I just need to figure out how to putt. Yeah, I mean, it was a great day. The whole weekend was just perfect.
Well,
So I
the
got to
weather
play Friday
was
afternoon.
incredible here, I understand, huh?
Oh, it was just perfect.
That's
Yeah,
glorious.
Fantastic. No, so looking forward to some more golf. It's tough to get out sometimes, but with little kids, because the move is, and I think I might have learned this from you, is if I bring a kid, I'm giving my wife a break. My kid's having fun because they're in a golf cart,
Right.
and I'm getting to play golf.
That's right.
So it's a win-win-win.
That's
Yep,
the move.
Yep. So that's what I need to focus on this week. Is
That's the
how to
thing.
get a kid out there in a golf cart.
So now no school.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
so there's plenty of time, plenty of things they need to do.
So my older son was going, hey, what do you have to do tomorrow? And I'm like, oh, I can already see he's trying to line up. He's lining to line up some activity.
Good
so
for
that's
him.
what I'll be doing.
Smart
Be hanging
play.
out with him. I look forward to it, though. It's the best. James, I was reading something about Missouri possibly pursuing a wide receiver. Where was I?
Maybe an odd position.
Maybe I just was browsing the fan page just now during the commercial break. Is that what it was? I was curious if you'd heard about this. I know you're...
No, not a wide receiver. I mean, I know they can use a tight end, maybe a running back, certainly another offensive lineman, D-end. There's no short.
I was about to say, you didn't really narrow it down there.
Yeah, but wide receiver, I feel like that's a position of strength.
They just lost a quarterback, didn't they?
Yeah, from Nebraska. He was from Nebraska, and then he got an offer from Nebraska, so he flipped to them.
No, that happens.
Can Drink come through again with a wide receiver? Well, this was posted 12
Maybe
hours
they'll
ago.
talk
I
about
haven't
Wingo
done it yet.
here in the class, next year's class. I mean, he's
Five-star recruit Ryan Wingo
Yeah.
will take an official visit to these four schools starting this weekend, and the four schools are Georgia, Michigan, Texas, and Missouri.
How many Wingos are there?
I
It's
know.
Like this is the 10th one to come
And
through.
they're all pretty good too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just feel like if you're the Luther Burden type and now Wingo, all things being equal, wouldn't you want to be that difference maker at your home school? You're going to get paid better, I would think, at the home school. Like I think Lovett was more of an ego thing, from what I hear, and he was being directed by some other people in the family about moving elsewhere. But I just feel like if you're a local product, what better way to shine and leave your mark than your home school?
Yeah.
And you're going to get playing time, obviously.
Well, that's the sales pitch coming from Columbia. And it would work on guys like us.
Yeah.
But apparently, based on recent history, what they want to do is go to the biggest name program they can, whether that's Ohio State or whatever, because they've lost a few to Ohio State. That's what they'd prefer. I
Here's
guess.
the background on Ryan Wingo, who is at St. Louis U High. Ryan Wingo is the youngest in the successful Wingo family from St. Louis. This is at on3.com. In the class of 2009, Ronnie Wingo Jr. is one of the nation's most coveted athletes. Wingo had a solid career with Arkansas, rushing for more than 1,090 yards. He played with the Falcons, Bills, and then in the CFL. And then the 2014 class, Doug Raymond Wingo was a four-star D-back who played at Missouri. And next in line is Ryan, and many believe little brother has the biggest upside. Ronnie was tremendous, and Ray had big potential too, but Ryan is special, a veteran Big Ten coach told On3. SLU recruiting coordinator Adam Cruz played with Ronnie in high school. He said it's impossible to compare the siblings. All Cruz knows is that Ryan is one of a kind. On the football field, he can do whatever he wants. His receiving numbers and skills speak for themselves. He threw a 75-yard touchdown pass as a sophomore. He took 3 back in the return game. He was our punter, and he was named all-conference at receiver and punter. He was also top 5 in the area in net punting average. There were so many things this past year he could do something, and I'd be like, man, you were incredible, and he would just laugh. So he graduates in 2024.
I'll take a flyer out on him.
And
Sure.
the recruiting
Any
prediction
Wingo
mean
will
on
do.
On3 has Georgia at 48.1%, Notre Dame at 32.6%, Tennessee at 3.9%, and Missouri at 2.5%. That's from...
If you're giving me good odds, I'll put a little action on. He's going to Mizzou.
Wow,
Yeah.
James Carlton.
Goodness.
Wow.
What do I need
I
to
got
make
to
that
notify
thing
the
go
colonel.
About 30 to 1. Give me about 30 to 1 there. Yeah, I'll take some action.
The more Wingos we can get, the better. I would take Trey Wingo even.
There you go. Yeah. He had his start here. Is that right?
Yeah. Well, this is like his second job at Channel 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is he still with ESPN or is he part of the layoffs?
No, he's got his own podcast now.
Okay,
He replaced Mike in the morning. He replaced.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, but it didn't like he hated getting up that early.
Did he?
Drove him up the wall. Hated it.
You guys are troopers. I mean, not everybody can do the hard labor you guys do every day in and day out.
Thank you.
These are working man's hands.
Yeah, somebody told me that one time when I shook their hand. That you have soft hands. Not really what you want to hear as a man.
Soft
right?
hands.
Yeah.
Such soft hands.
I'm like, let me go rough these up. I'm going to go do some yard work today. Yeah. Hey, Doug, you were talking about, one of my favorite drops is that guy that just calls in, like, hey, 45 minutes ago, you guys were talking about Ice-T. Love that drop. We were talking about the break-ins at Busch Stadium a couple Sundays ago. I went to that game, and I decided to hop on the Metrolink. Yeah, I took my 2 little kids on the Metrolink, like, hey, they love trains. This will be a good way to drop me off right at the stadium. a guy two rows in front of me just lights up a cigarette right on the train. My daughter's like freaking out. I'm like, man, kids are so soft these days. My mom had a smoking room, I'm pretty sure, at the hospital.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, my daughter's just freaking out. Do you approach this guy? He didn't look well.
On Metrolink, I'd say no.
Yeah, so I kind of steer clear. Fortunately, he got off like at the next stop with his Newport 100. But yeah, so you can drive down to the game and there's a 25% chance your car window is going to get smashed in, right? Or you can take the Metrolink and get an experience like that. So, I got that going for me.
I remember the days when they could smoke on airplanes.
I can't imagine.
And
I can't imagine.
Smell that stuff for 3 hours.
Yeah, I was on a plane not long ago, and there were ashtrays in the armrest. I'm like, how old is this plane?
Yeah, that one does not pass.
Check the hood here.
Everybody used to smoke at work. And you look up at the ceiling tile, it'd be yellow.
Yeah, I saw that at KMOV because it was so old that I saw that when I worked there. Yesterday, my flight back from Las Vegas, the wireless did not work, and I was in a middle seat. Now, I need leg room, as you observed.
Yeah.
And I had been preparing to work on the flight back. I was kind of looking forward to it, actually, listening to music and work. And I had no wire. I have nothing downloaded on my, what do you call it, a laptop?
Laptop, L-A-B-T-O-P.
Correct. Or my phone. And so I'm sitting there. I'm not next to my wife because we got there late. And so she's on another aisle. And I'm just sitting there. I go, oh, my God, I got 3 hours. And I don't have a book. I don't have any reading material. I have nothing. And I just started reading my old poker columns from the 2008 and 2009 World Series of Poker. And I was going, number one, this is so sad.
That's a lot of
number
words.
two, it's so strange that I used to play for 13 hours and write this crap.
And
then
remember.
That's also probably weird. Number three, people actually read it. And number four, wow, I was really bad at the game. That was the other thing that I'm surprised that I was even able to last as long as I did because I was terrible. I'm like folding hands and reading it. But when you're on a flight and you don't have the wireless internet and you expect it and it's a long flight, oh, God in heaven. I should have come. I don't know what the move is. You download stuff to your phone, I guess, right?
Sure.
That's the move.
Sure. Actually, I was going to give you a recommendation on
what
a
do you
podcast.
Got? What do we need?
Everybody loves Charles Barkley. He was on the Spit and Chicklets podcast a few weeks ago.
Oh, yeah? Good stuff, I assume.
It was probably a 2-hour interview with Charles. And he knows a little bit about hockey. I mean, he can hang in with those guys, but he just was talking all stories from the 80s and 90s. And, I mean, it is just instant offense, as you can imagine. I mean, Charles Barkley is a treasure.
He's the greatest guest.
Yeah, you see Kachuk was on their set a couple nights ago.
Matthew Kachuk,
yeah.
right.
Yeah, I guess Charles said he's the best Kachuk of the family, and Walt wasn't too happy about that.
I imagine they know each other from back in the
Walt had
the
some
Phoenix
big
days.
years, big years.
But what Matthew's doing right now, holy smokes. But yeah, big recommendation on Charles Barkley on Spit and Chicklets.
That's a good one. Yeah, I need to download it in advance of flights going forward because that was a debacle. James, always great to see you.
Likewise,
Thanks so
guys.
much for coming in. It's James
Have a
Carlton,
great week.
314-961-4800. Go online at carltoninsurance.net. And Doug, you bet him $10,000 on the Wingo decision.
Yeah,
so
I did.
It'll be fun.
I throw a lot of money out there gambling too. Sometimes I don't know what I'm doing. You know,
you just need the action.
I do.
You just need the action. Let's see what I was going to tell the people about. Oh, getting your work in on Celebrity Greens. God, that would be so nice to have in the backyard. Getting your work in with Celebrity Greens. It's Clubhouse Turf. That's St. Louis' division of Celebrity Greens. John Rahm put one in his backyard. Max Homa put one in his backyard. And I'm sure plenty of you going and go, I hit the ball pretty far, but why am I not scoring? I'll get people email me. Who is it? Who's the swing instructor you like to work with? And I said, you get swing instructor all day long, but here's what you can do. Working on your swing is one thing. Chipping and putting, and that's where Celebrity Greens comes into play. Clubhouse Turf, St. Louis' exclusive partner of Celebrity Greens, Golf Digest, best in golf. And you can start improving your game today when you call Clubhouse Turf. The number is 314-834-2339, or you can go online at clubhouseturf.com. Get a true roll when it comes to your personal putting green. They can design just the green or entire replica of your favorite par 3. They can replicate your favorite hole from your country club. Fully customizable layouts from the design all the way to the speed of the green. It's clubhouseturf.com, 314-834-2339. Let them know TMA sent you their way. That is Clubhouse Turf. Check it out at clubhouseturf.com. And while you're there, you should think about it. Take a listen to this, Doug. This is one of Jackson's links, and I think it's a great
I'd like
link.
to hear it.
I don't know if this is for Balloon Party or TMA. She found love in an unlikely place.
Where did you find it?
A happily married mom claims she's unexpectedly fallen for a woman
Oh, no.
she met at her children's kindergarten class.
Oh, shucks.
Before the pair plunged into a passionate 2-year relationship. Lee Hamilton, who hails from New Zealand, was living in Berlin, Germany with her husband and 2 young kids when she met the unidentified woman while getting to know other moms at school. One day, I noticed that my new friend from my kids' school was staring at me intently. Hamilton wrote a personal essay that was published by The Insider.
Personal essay. That's a nice hole, Bill. Someone made this up.
It's in the New York Post. It can't be made up.
It is.
Quote, "You look really fit," she mumbled. You ever mumble you look really fit?
Sometimes, yeah.
And your eyes, they're so beautiful. Hamilton admitted that she and the other mom, who was also married to a man,
No.
were both,
bitch.
quote, "were both wild, adventure-seeking types looking for fun," and said their friendship quickly turned physical. However, the Kiwi wasn't expected. You like that? The Kiwi?
Kiwi. Stop it. Stop it now. They made up the part that she's from New Zealand just so they could say that. The Kiwi. Stop it.
However, the Kiwi wasn't expected to fall deeply in love with the gregarious German, breathlessly confessing, quote, "As the days wore on, it became clear that it was more than just physical chemistry," end quote. Hamilton and her husband were in a non-monogamous relationship, with the New Zealander admitting that they had even kissed other people on their own wedding night. Doug, did you kiss anybody else on your own wedding?
I don't remember doing that. Maybe side of the cheek with an ant or something.
But the mom was unsure how her spouse would react to the news that she was in love with somebody else. Quote, "I had no idea whether my husband would support me if I wanted to connect with her, not just as a hookup, but as an actual relationship. This was a new step for us, but he was measured. He was calm. He was accepting.
He was cucked.
He was cucked! That was a cuck?
Well, maybe not if he accepted it, but
work, bitch.
He was cucked at first, and then he agreed to the cuck. So
yeah.
I would say that by your definition, since she was doing it behind his back, it was a cuck. But then at the same time, they're non-monogamous, so then can he be cucked?
yeah, even non-monogamous, you have to tell the.
That would have been an early cuck situation.
Yeah, I agree with Jay.
Just
yeah,
kind of rolled over that one.
Monogamous. Yeah, it was a cuck, then it wasn't a cuck.
It was so polysyllabic, and then it just became mono.
It was a cuck. It was a cuck, then it wasn't a cuck.
It sounds like from the way you're describing this, is we're all going to be cucked at some point. Why don't we just come to the grips with that and accept
Hello,
it?
cucky. Well, no, if you have a loving relationship and, you're not into kink, you're not going to get cucked.
Well, that risk is always out there, though.
Oh, yeah, sure. Once you get married, there's a chance of a cuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, the husband puts on 80 pounds in a couple of years, and there's a cuck.
Well, great news here. The other woman's husband was also accepting of the relationship, with the foursome embarking on an unconventional romance. Quote, "We spent time swimming in lakes. Biking through the forest.
Long walks on the beach in the rain.
Partying until 4 a.m. Our families intertwined. My husband and her husband joined us for dinner with all of our kids. We shared childcare. We supported each other in times of sadness. We celebrated joys and successes together late into the night. She and the other woman kept their relationship going for 2 years before it became, quote, too intense and ultimately unbalancing. It was a fun relationship, but not a healthy one. The breakup was inevitable," she mournfully recalled. You like that? She mournfully recalled.
I don't think she mournfully recalls. Is this the Kiwi again?
Yes, it is. "I cried every day for weeks. My husband patiently delivered chocolate chip cookies and red wine to me as I lie in bed."
He's a simp, too. A simp cuck.
Oh, it's getting technical.
"He listened to my sorrow. He hugged me. He took care of our children in the household." God almighty.
Jesus, she's the one that's upset.
Colin and Wyckoff. What's up, Colin?
Why is she sad?
She left the
the
other
writer-
kindergarten mom.
I think the writer was told this has to be this many words. You just keep making stuff up until you reach that limit. We have space
Throw
to
Kiwi
fill.
in there a few times.
There's pictures, Doug. Here's pictures of Happy Good.
Yeah, I bet you those are real.
Do they even know their pictures were stolen and used in this article?
Here's the cover.
What if that Bill's
Once
wife?
your pictures are up on the internet, does that become public domain?
Yeah, then you can just use them for anything, any
What's she
site.
doing with her mouth there?
I don't know. It's a good question. Maybe I'll make that the fan page banner picture.
Well, you don't exactly pose for a picture for a story like this.
Here's the look
You
of a
get caught
cook.
unawares.
Here's the look of a cook.
Oh, God.
Some of these are real. That one story you told that you read probably about a month ago about a swinging couple. And then
Don't we read those every day?
Well, I reached out to her to see. I reached out to her on Instagram, see if she'd come on.
Wow.
And then I started following her, and she's posting pictures of swingers resorts all over the place.
Really?
Yeah, she's kind of a trend. She's
What
got
are these
the,
other resorts? I thought Hito was the only one.
No, there's a bunch in Mexico.
Oh.
Yeah, they have their own. They have their own like group, not travel agency.
And leave
but,
you quivering.
But you can join their group and come on these trips with them. It's kind of a trend.
Frank, do you like chocolate bunnies?
I don't know why. That one's great.
They go on trips together, these swingers? Do they know each other going in?
They probably get
so
to
it's
know
just
each
a
other.
surprise who's going with you. You get on the plane, you look around and go, "Oh Lord, this is going to be a horrible vacation."
They get to know each other before they go, and then they get to know each other on the trip.
Guys, I'm giving out 3-1 that the lady in the pic is Becky Wiesberger. That's from Mario
Well,
Pandolfo.
now that could be.
He's at war with the Henschel family, as you know. Guys, I'm pretty sure I just heard Doug say he open mouth kissed his aunt on his wedding day. That's from the Worst Woods Wacko.
I said I may have kissed an aunt on the cheek.
No, they heard what they want to heard, so they can use it.
Guys, I had a similar situation at my kid's parochial school. Eddie, my son's best friend's dad, showed up to Donuts with Dads and the tightest Daisy Dukes and expected all of us other dads not to stare. Yeah, right. That's from the 314. Doug, have you ever been to Eddie's or seen Eddie at the school and he's wearing Daisy Dukes?
I would remember that. I just don't think it happened.
First of all, you don't have a mom because you're not married, so your kids don't have that mom that you're dating.
See,
I don't get that either.
I
There's so
still don't
much-
get it. I mean, I've talked drivel before. I don't know what the hell that was.
Good morning. When the Wi-Fi doesn't work on my flight, I make sure to have a local copy or two of Captain Stabbin's most successful movies. One of them features a threesome at Party Cove in which Captain Stabbin finished both lasses off wearing a knee brace whilst bloated from the 10-piece Provel cheese bites he enjoyed on the ride over.
Oh.
Thanks, that's from Deke Dotem.
Oh, 10 pieces. That would bloat anyone, wouldn't it?
Well, that just sit in the gut.
Yeah, maybe put some carbonated beverage on top of that.
He's banging these women on a boat at Party Cove?
Sounds like it. No one lies on these texts.
Well, it's Dotem.
It's all verified from what I understand.
Dotem doesn't lie.
Good morning. It's nice to know there are other incels who make up lesbian stories to get people to think they're cool, and it's not just the dumbs on the fan page. Doug, that's from Mario, and he's in Chicago.
Sounds like he is. Yeah.
Little network.
By the way, Doug, right above that picture of the lady making the face, I guess I got to put that on the TMA fan page. Several months after the split, Hamilton wrote that she reconnected with the other woman, and they ultimately decided to stay friends. She also revealed that the woman's husband is also someone she, quote, trusts very deeply to this day. However, Hamilton penned the essays as a tribute to her own hubby for standing up by her and supporting the explorations of her feelings and desires. Quote, with my husband's support, I felt empowered to be myself and to experience life in all its fullness, including the soaring heights of new love and the plummeting depths of heartbreak. I always say that my husband's the best person I know, and after 12 years together, I still fully believe it.
Okay.
Wow.
So it's kind of a
Wow,
happy
wow,
ending.
wow, 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 wow. Great Lake, Jackson.
They're divorced,
Thanks.
right?
That's all you could find, Jackson?
I thought it was a good one.
Okay.
So because her husband stood by her through her sorrows, she decided to go out and cuck again.
George
How did
Soros.
George Soros get involved? Is he funding the whole thing? Gosh, there's so much to these stories I don't understand.
That was a web.
Well, one thing I do understand is where to go if you need a mortgage.
Yes.
And that would be Ryan Kelly. If you're thinking of buying a home this year, the process not as complicated as you think with the home loan expert, our old friend Ryan Kelly. They make the pre-approval process so very easy. Get pre-approved today, the day you call in, and they will also provide a lower rate with a 10-day closing guarantee. You need to act quickly. Houses are coming on the market now, and they're still not lasting very long, despite rates being higher than they've been in the past and the soaring prices of houses. One in my neighborhood went on the market like 2 days ago and sold for above list. And I live south of Watson. I mean, I'm a Hoosier boy. I'm a Hoosier South County boy. Homes are still staying on the market just for a couple of days, so you got to be ready. Get yourself pre-approved, and don't worry so much about the rate. As Ryan says, you marry the house, you only date the rate. So when the rates come back down, you can get yourself refinanced, get that lower rate, and you've got the house that you always wanted right there. That's what you have to do. You got to be ready. It's a crazy market out there, and Ryan Kelly and his team stand there ready to help you. Any questions, give them a call. Their website is thehomeloanexpert.com. Thank you so much, Ryan Kelly. Thank you for being Sir Mortgage.
And once you get your home, you ought to get your commercial fleet upfitted at VIP Auto Accessories with the great Tommy Sabulka, VIP. VIP offers quality and the ability to get it all done at one place. It's a one-stop shop. They're a full-service operation. They take the vehicle from point A to point Z. VIP saves you time and hassle. It's quicker to deal with VIP than 2 to 3 vendors with multiple locations. They're all local since 1979, and they're part of the TMA ecosystem. They work with Design Air Heating and Cooling, Seth Goldcamp, and they work with Jamie Burkhardt, Clayton Patterson, and Peter Munganess at Munganess, St. Louis Acura, and Alton Toyota, among others who are advertisers on TMA. They're the biggest secret in the industry. Now they're promoting their service for all to hear and to take advantage of, that VIP quality and convenience. It's VIP and VIP Auto Accessories. Call Tommy today, 314-428-3900, or you can email him directly at tommy.cibu@vipautoaccessories.com. Think about that.
Okay.
Now, I just got any breaking news. Wow. Okay, this just came in.
What?
Fred Friedman. Iggy, you played Fred Friedman, right?
I beat him.
No, can't you just say yes? Yes, I played against him.
Yes, I played him and I beat him. He was
Okay,
about.
you didn't have to say I beat him.
He
You might hurt his
Might have been
feelings.
scratch at the time.
But he did shoot an 85.
Well, he had some bad luck.
Fred Friedman, I think he's in my bracket, actually. I don't know if I can get past the Pope Joseph Paul. But Fred Friedman plays Kevin Roth. And Fred Friedman has just emailed me at 9:22 this morning. Tim, I thought I saw a reply notification from you on the FP, but could never find it. Any help in contacting him is appreciated. Good luck next round. Fred, he's looking for contact information for Kevin Roth.
Well, he's on the fan page. Just DM him.
Is he on there?
Well, he's got to be to play.
There you go.
Oh.
That's the name of the championship.
So
I think he might be one of the guys with AB, they got 2 spots in the FPCC, J. Randolph Jr. FPCC, and I think he might be an AB guy, Kevin Roth.
You know,
Doug, do you know everybody in the field?
But I was just thinking, speaking of AB, can we drop this whole Bud Light protest thing? Hasn't it gone on long enough? Does the country really want to sink this company? I mean, nobody got harmed, nobody got hurt in their one ad. It was a thing they can't give this beer away now. And it's hurting other brands. Think of all the great things Anheuser-Busch has done for our city, state, the country, the money, the charitable money they've spread around. Isn't enough? If I was a beer drinker, I'd go out and buy a case of Bud Light today. If not Michelob Ultra.
Nicely done.
It just occurred to me, that's enough, isn't it?
What they do to the community is tremendous.
Yeah. I just
Longtime supporter of this particular program.
They are.
I know that.
And lots of other programs, too, and lots of other charities all around the city, the country. It was a funny little thing there for a while, but, man, it's gotten way out of control. I hate to see the company suffer. All the thousands that they employ, the stock has taken a huge hit. Enough already. All right, that was my soap.
I like that PSA, Doug.
That was my take today.
Turns out one of our wonderful salespeople here, Maggie, Kevin Roth, is her cousin. So I was texting with her.
Oh, yeah?
She just gave me his number.
There you go. Tim took care of it for you, Friedman.
Nice going, Tim. Thanks for the assist, Maggie, but it was really Tim.
Thank you to Maggie, too.
Thank you to Maggie. That's exactly right. So I apologize. I had WD'd from the program while texting with Maggie and emailing Freddie Friedman.
Always working, aren't you?
I can't help myself.
Saw Maggie out at the Dotem.
Yeah.
A lot of our salespeople at the Dotem.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a glorious day. We had some great weather, haven't we? In the last couple of weeks, it's been phenomenal. Perfect weather.
Yeah.
Like perfect weather.
Yeah.
Like 80s, no humidity, bee's knees.
Yeah.
Gotta think there's been a lot of sapphic play. Gotta think so.
I don't equate that. But
My sunflowers would be popping if I could actually plant any.
There you go.
well, you can plant them somewhere, but maybe just not right by your house, by your apartment. Can't you help someone else who's got a little garden area? Help them out?
I said I may just go find an empty garden and just
start planting like the Dickens. Yeah.
I did see two things for the first time this year. I saw, sitting on the patio the other day, I saw some hummingbirds on Saturday night, and then I saw fireflies.
Oh,
huh.
Yeah, it took my hummingbirds.
First of the season?
Yeah, it took my hummingbirds a while to get here, but they're here.
They got lost.
Okay.
Where were they?
I don't know. I had my hummingbird feeder up since end of April.
Yeah.
No, they're here.
Okay.
And they're happy.
All right. All right. I just like to see you get those sunflowers going somewhere.
Maybe I'll get some seeds today. I'll just walk around and find a garden that's open and just plant.
Well, if it doesn't belong to you, is that still okay?
I think it is legally.
Well, it's common ground.
But
it isn't. If it belongs to someone else, it's not common ground.
Well, that's what I say about my place, and I say I'm going to put something up. That's common ground. You can't do that.
No. You ever get your bowling ball back that got stolen?
I'm not going to see that again.
How about the steaks?
Why don't you somebody text in about, steaks again, Doug, bring up steaks again.
Yeah. Well,
that was like 10 years ago.
I'm upset that they got stolen. Very upset.
I'm more cautious now when I'm cooking. I don't walk inside. I wait till they're done and bring them in. Yeah, I'm just not going to go inside anymore.
I finally gave up on my grill.
Oh, you did? You gave up?
I had all kinds of people messaging me with tips on what to do, what to fix it.
Is
I
dead?
tried like hell
Really?
to fix that damn thing.
Are you going to get a Weber kettle now, bro?
I'm going to throw it away.
Doug, check these out that I just grilled.
Oh, Bill.
Man, your grill must be working.
Oh, yeah, and they turned out to be pretty phenomenal.
Bacon wrap sirloin?
Oh, gosh.
No, they're
Well, what do you have there, Plow, huh?
Right to my Brush Creek, I had two fillets, and
Nice.
they were tremendous. Thick, Doug.
Thick.
I didn't want to show you, but you brought up your grill.
Yeah.
Thought I'd rub in your face.
I can't have any of those.
Get a Weber kettle. They're cheap and they're handy.
Yeah,
Maybe I'll
but
barbecue tonight.
Isn't it charcoal? I
Yeah.
don't want to fight all that.
Well, then go buy a grill.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Iggy, not enough.
Okay. It's just heartbreaking when your grill breaks right there at Memorial Day weekend.
Well, they don't last forever.
Well, this one only about 2 years. You ought to get 10
No
years
warranty?
out of the grill.
It's got a warranty?
I didn't buy the extended warranty on a grill.
Oh, that's your mistake.
Yeah, like now you look like an ass now.
Does everyone buy a warranty for their grill?
I don't buy a warranty.
I thought it comes with it.
Maybe for a couple months or something.
I've had my
Year or
kettle for
something.
more than a decade. Just my little Weber
Have
kettle.
You got to keep all that paperwork of warranties you buy on every little thing you purchase. I don't.
When I think of Tim and his little Weber kettle, I think of like a junior-sized one that says like Little Chef.
That's a height joke, and I caught it.
With a little area for the pinchers to grab the grill. And raise
Got
it
his little
north.
spatula.
Yeah, like when my 1-year-old walks up, we have essentially the same size. He has a Fisher Price little barbecue pit, and mine's the same size, and we can only prepare one meal per because the grill's so small.
Sliders only.
That's exactly.
Daddy, I know you got 4 hamburgers on there. Can I have some hot dogs? No room on the grill.
No room on the grill. It's too tiny for my pincers. I was just taking a look at Instagram real quickly, and then I saw Paige Sporanic. And I guess there is an in-depth piece on how she went from whatever it is that she was doing. Was she professional?
I mean, I guess she's playing on some...
What, mini tours?
Yeah.
Are there mini tours? And what she has turned into, which is a full-fledged... Phenom, yeah, it truly is. But I gotta tell you, obviously she's beautiful. It goes without saying. But I think she has great... I've figured it out. I think she has great self-awareness of what she is, has fun with it, It isn't like vile social media. She kind of mocks it while utilizing it and has a real grasp on reaching people, but certainly using her appearance, but doing it in a way that isn't like what I think of when I think of social media, which is like, look, I'm rich, except I'm not, and look at my fillers. That's what I think of when I think of social media. Jackson, is that what you think when you think of social media? Look, I'm rich, but I'm not, and look at my fillers?
Certainly that corner of social media. Probably in a corner that's expanding day by day.
Yeah.
But, there's other things for it. But, yeah, that's, what is it?
Look, I'm rich, but I'm not, and look at my fillers.
Yeah. We all have to convince our
title.
audience that we're not rich.
Thank you.
You know,
Having to
it's
drive
not easy
that
to lie like that every day.
That 04 CRV with my G-Wagons parked right next to it every morning. It's so annoying.
Yeah, I just block people like that.
Cool. Who are you blocking?
The G-Wagon people?
No, I just block people that, every day it's... Oh, I remember when I was skinny and they post pictures from 8 years ago just wanting people to say, no, you're beautiful. And just,
Block him!
seen enough.
Block him!
That gets their self-esteem up. A block.
How
you're
many
feeling
people
down
you see
today?
like that?
Block.
You got a lot of those?
Is that real frequent where someone will send you a picture? Oh, look, I'm not
No, it's not.
skinny anymore.
To me, it's on their Facebook page. It's just 3 times a week. They change their profile picture.
Who are these people
7
for real?
days
You have a different, whatever, followers or friends, I guess.
follow some shallow people.
Well, then block him!
You hate follow.
Block him!
Yeah, he's
No, I don't hate
follow.
follow. No, they're friends, but I just don't need to see that all the time. Oh, another changed profile looking for attention.
Well,
how do I get this?
No, to each their own. I just
Yeah,
don't
sure.
need to see it all
The
every
people
day.
I hate the most on Twitter are typically the ones I bookmark and try to have as much content as possible.
I don't know a lot of these people. I got close to 5,000 friends, and I probably know 100 of them.
yeah. That's
No, when you do what we do, people send you requests. If
as
you
big
don't,
as
then
we
they
are,
go,
as big
who's
and
this,
wealthy.
who's this big wig? He can't follow me, so I just follow everybody.
Sure.
If they send me a request, I'll accept.
You think people are seeing your page and saying, "Who's this big dick?"
It's like, oh,
if-
wait,
no.
Jason Tatum wants to be my friend.
No,
Jeez.
you do a radio show, and you have a following. The show has a following, and if somebody sends you a request and then you just delete it, I don't know who he is. Delete it.
Oh, block him.
And it's, this big radio star. He can't follow me.
You think
Being
that's what they
facetious.
say?
Being facetious.
If they do say that, that's what the people I want to block.
big-
Whoever's out there thinking I'm a big radio star.
No, I don't think that. But these people may think that. Oh, big time. He's big time me. Can't be my friend.
See, I saw a lovely gentleman out there at City Park Grill Friday afternoon getting the weekend started with some drinks, some margaritas, some food. And I saw a loyal listener there, and he actually felt a little starstruck.
Cut it out.
Yeah, he was a great guy, though. I talked to him for a while. He's a rep for, so he distributes alcohol to a bunch of different local bars and things like that. But yeah, I got a picture with him and everything, and he said his heart was full, Doug.
You can't.
Heart
be
was full. I like
serious. You check.
So what happens?
Check for your wallet afterwards.
He can have my wallet.
Oh, he would have loved to have.
Well, if he's listening, reach out. I can always use more booze for Gobble.
He was he put my picture on the fan page, like the picture he took on the fan page. But
Okay.
you're not part of the fan page. As I'm saying the story, I realize you're not a member of it. Which is odd because you're part of our show.
You talking to yourself right now, bro?
Iggy. Because he's not
Iggy.
he's not a member. I'm going to say, if he wanted to know who the
got
guy
it.
was, he could find the picture on the fan page.
You thinking about rejoining?
No, if he listens to the show, he heard me. And I'm on Facebook.
Why don't you get
send me
back
a
on
DM.
there?
Like
I
sometimes
don't
I,
need to be on
stare at
face.
the
I don't
board
need to be
and
on
talk
fan
to
page to find this guy.
my human.
If he's a listener to the show,
They want you on there.
big fan of policy, so he listens to the show. And if you listen and you hear me, I'm on Facebook. Just send me a DM if you want to.
They want you on the fan page proper.
And get this, there's a lot of listeners we meet that have been the OG listeners, the Martin days. They like to call them the salad days. This guy actually started listening in 2020. He's like, he get me through the day, because apparently he was so bored during COVID and he needed something to get him through the day. Came across our program. Loyal listener now.
How about that, Doug? How about this? I think we've talked about it on the podcast, but not on TMA. I figured that TMA listeners would go down the hall for balloon parties. Some, not all by any means. But we're getting some balloon party people who weren't aware of TMA listening to TMA.
Oh, boy.
I didn't think that it would reciprocate that.
No, you wouldn't.
I met some of them at the Dotem, and I'm getting questions for QFTA from people like, I hadn't really listened to TMA, but I listened to you on 101. I'm going, really? That's, surprising, which I feel like is a euphemism. Yeah, exactly. But I guess if you aren't aware of the show, and let's be honest, Doug, we've been hard to find.
Yeah.
With AM radio stations and HD2, and then you only listen to just 101 ESPN. Then I guess that's how you can. And I think you know what that is? That's Jackson's brand. That's Jackson's brand. Yeah. That's what I feel like it is.
He carries a show over
He
there.
does. It's the Will Piddle show. He and Jamie Rivers are getting ready for a pay-per-view bout.
Yep. I like my chances.
Do too.
I do.
Really? You're going to take him on?
I'm not scared.
I see hosts someday walk out of that studio that look like they just went 12 rounds. It's like when the Cardinals are like losing 7 straight. They're just defeated. Got people there putting ice packs on them.
Good morning. If you're starstruck overseeing an HD2 third-string producer, you might need to get a life, you loser. That's from Mario, and he's in Chicago, and he is not happy.
Am I a third string? I guess I'm third string. I don't know.
Doug, what is the depth chart here?
It's really hard to tell what the rotation is.
Tim, when will Balloon Party be on YouTube? I want me some Jackson eye candy. That's from Mr. Big Cream. They've had the YouTube cameras in there, I feel like, for about a month. It looks like it's set up.
Yeah.
You know on that, Jackson?
I don't have a timeline on that, but yeah, I know.
Boy, if they keep the YouTube, like the Riz Show doesn't keep the YouTube chat open. We do. I can't imagine what the chat would look like on 101. But it'd be good entertainment, though, for the audience to be able to see it.
Yeah.
You'd love it.
Live text in.
Exactly.
They're making like
Oh,
comments
you wouldn't believe
on
it.
people's physical appearance and like, boy, Rocchio's hair today looks like crap.
Like he plays the tuba.
He's a brilliant tuba player. Every time I see one now, I saw a sousaphone just yesterday, and I thought, I wonder if Rocky was playing that, laying down the bass. No one does it better, in my view.
Doug, if you want to ever hang out, I can come over and maybe paint your ceilings or walls. How about the trim or maybe your nipples? That's from Painter Guy?
Well, the ceiling, sure. I hate painting ceilings. Nothing's worse than painting a ceiling as a painter.
Yeah.
Straight up, it gets on you. It's hard to get the
Ugh.
edges and the corners, and going around lights and everything. It's really hard.
It's hard.
Like,
It's hard to paint a ceiling now.
Doug, I know you're excited about the Heat and Nuggets.
Yeah.
Some people wanted to see the Lakers and Celtics, but you got the Heat and Nuggets. Jackson, are you excited?
Yeah, absolutely.
That was high-pitched. It means he's not.
Well, I mean, I think it's a great matchup. I'm curious to see how the Heat defend the Nuggets, who are firing on all cylinders.
It's kind of like hockey guy will probably want to defend, Panthers and VGK, but I doubt that's what the NHL really was hoping for at the start of the Stanley Cup playoffs. You know what I mean?
Oh, trust me, I would much rather have seen Lakers Celtics. I'd rather see Nuggets Celtics. This is the least desirable matchup from my perspective.
But it's ABC, it's no longer TNT, and last night, Doug, the boys had to sign off for the year. Here is Charles Barkley as
Okay,
they're
I'd like to
wrapping
hear it.
things up.
And here we are at TD Garden. Game 7 on the horizon an hour from now here on TNT. And it's our last show of the year.
Thank goodness.
What? Thank goodness.
I like summer vacation. This is great basketball.
also,
hey, I love basketball, but I love summer vacation more.
But you
I ain't gonna get over here and lie.
So what are two greater words? Game 7 or summer vacation?
Summer vacation. Summer vacation.
Summer vacation.
Hey, and the last thing.
And I got another word for you. Bahamas.
Hey, Shaq, I'm gonna say I love you guys. See you in October.
Yep.
That's the two sweetest words. 3 words. See ya in October. That's 4 actually.
You're there, unreal.
They do
It's
work
like
a lot. They travel a lot.
Especially, they have zero need for the money.
Yeah.
But God bless. I do love that show. I'm kind of like, that sucks that they won't be on the NBA final. That reduces even more my chances of watching it. But maybe I'll watch it. Who knows? I'm sure I'll be pulling for Matthew Tkachuk. I texted Walter. Did I tell the story or not? I don't know.
No,
Okay.
I'd love to hear it.
It's not that exciting. But while I was doing Balloon Party on Thursday, I think that was the morning after Matthew Tkachuk had the game winner to send the Panthers to the Stanley Cup Finals. I'm like, you know what? Especially for the hockey fans and the 101 audience, let me see if I can get Walter on. And, his son had just scored a game winner. He's going to the Stanley Cup final. He's making $75 million living in South Florida. He gets to go down there and watch him play. I said, hey, Walter, congratulations to you guys and Matthew. Have you gone to bed? Want to come on and BS this morning? He said, dirtbag, I need some rest.
Oh, gosh, he yelled at you. Oh.
Hey, Wayno, out the slide,
You know what? I thought there's a chance he'd still have a little nectar in his system and it could be really good.
No.
Because if you remember, now you kind of got to be, inside the league, so to speak, paying attention to it, not just the Blues. But Walt went on a sports talk radio show in April and kind of ripped the Panthers and talked about how they, weren't playing real hard and kind of soft. Weird spot for his son, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And then here they are. They beat the Bruins. That was one thing. And now they've just been on a tear ever since and 4 wins away from the Chalice. So no matter what, you're going to have a first-time winner of the Cup with the Panthers and the Golden Knights.
I come to take a shower with Kiki Chuck.
There you go.
Oh.
I sound like the Chuck boys drinking out of the Watermaker Trophy. Brooks Koepka brought in the locker room.
Oh, is that right? Brooks, very amped up at that game.
Man,
and then he went to the Heat game.
I don't even want to say it, but it's obvious, right? Like
you don't want to say it though.
That was a great video of him. He looked like a robot, man. That was one of the funniest videos I have ever seen in my life, and that'll live forever. And I love it.
Oh wow!
Congratulations to Harold Varner III for.
Actually, I'm with Iggy on that. I'm with Iggy with the.
He won the Live tournament Sunday.
Yeah.
Picked up $4 million and another $500,000 because his team won.
Okay.
Or finished second, I don't know. But he is one of the few guys that actually, when he won, he said, "Hey, I'm doing it for the money. This is my family." He says they'll be able to raise my children and without having to worry, and they've got things to fall back on, and I don't have to worry about money anymore, and that's why I did it. It's good for me and my family.
How about speaking of which, I think this kind of happened more over the weekend, and everybody was obviously off for the weekend and not probably locked in on social media. At least I hope you're not. But Phil Mickelson has kind of come out of retirement, and he is on full blast with Brandel Chambly. Did you see this?
Yeah.
No.
It's insane.
Poor Brandel. He can rip me apart and countless others, but as soon as someone shows his ignorance, he can't handle it. He's softer now than he was a player. Chambly wrote back, Phil's welcome to come on the live from set at the U.S. Open to discuss the merits of playing for, quote, scary MFers, as he called them, in the Billy Walters book that comes out on August 22nd. But my guess is he's too soft to come on and debate. And then Mickelson showed that Brandel had blocked him on Twitter. So Phil said he would be willing to come on, but he won't come on his show because he doesn't want to help his show. So I got to tell you, I kind of like this because I'm not sure that Brandel Chambly's criticism of Liv is really genuine. I'm not saying that it's not. I'm just not sure that it is.
That's what Phil said. Phil said, you're just towing the company line.
Right.
Whatever they tell you to talk about, that's what you talk about.
Right, and I kind of think Chambly's above that. Like, he doesn't need to be a rights holder. He's got big enough talent and brand that he doesn't need to be one of those marks. But yet he has just gone back to the Saudi Arabia thing all the time. And I like that Mickelson's now defending himself. Good for him. Whether you agree or disagree, dormant Phil was not fun. Phil is now back.
Yeah,
God, can you imagine if he would debate Brandel Chambly? I mean, Brad Faxon kind of put Brandel Chambly in his place, much like Mickelson. Mickelson's actually got skin in the game.
The NBA gets no flack at all for their relationship with China.
Strange thing.
I don't get that. Yeah, I don't get it either. But
who does more harm in the world than China?
I think Phil
NBA gets a lot of flack for that, to be fair.
By who?
LeBron gets a lot of flack for it, for sure.
You can find it. It's out there.
But it's not like, how dare you guys take paychecks?
It's a different thing than Liv, I'll give you that for sure. But they'd still get flack for it.
But Phil also tweeted out something, I don't know if it was toward Brando or answering a response to somebody talking about going on and debating with it. And I think Phil may be right on this, that Brandel, in an argumentative kind of debate back and forth without pre-scripted notes or, a Twitter account that he can edit. And I think that might be a challenge for him. Cause
what he wrote is, Brandel sits on his Golf Channel set tearing everyone apart with no one challenging him. I'm done taking his ass quietly. I know it's stooping to his low level, but the 37th personal attack is the last one without responding. Maybe Eamon Lynch can come to his defense again. So yeah, and I still think, dead serious, deep down, I think Phil Mickelson thought he was off the record with Alan Shipnick, but, you know, and I know probably most people couldn't even care any less about that, but that counts. If you think you're off the record and then somebody just prints everything you just said, I mean, you know that from doing this stuff. That's a... all right, it's time for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. You want to talk day in and day out? Well, I've been doing it for years. Alarm goes off at 6:57 so I can hear Tim. And that is the tough part of a 3-day weekend. Oh, populists might say listen to TMA all day. I get that. But it's not live. It's not him in the now. But this email is about hooking up with sexual partners at a kindergarten.
Jeez.
Happened to me just last week. I picked up my nephew Byron. My sister's youngest son. The kid has kind of a big melon head. Hopefully he'll grow into it. Now, on to the sex. Byron's teacher has always given me the signals, but I've always questioned, friendly or flirty? Putting the footed high heel behind the other one in a sexy stance, biting the ruby lipstick glistening lower lip, touching my elbow oh so gently. Well, Friday I got my answer. There was a note in Byron's backpack. Meet me at the plaque in St. Paul's Cemetery commemorating the original spot of Grant's cabin. Well, that drunken president was turning over in his grave from the way I desecrated that very spot with my sweaty, sticky manhood. And that is the story of the time I had sex with my nephew Byron's sexually confused teacher, Jonathan. Doug, that's from a first name's Fanny and the last name is Lickin.
Fanny Lickine. He's new.
Just stare into space. Picture my face in your hands. Live for each second without hesitation. And never forget I'm your recreator. Wait on me, Dougie. Cry in the night if it helps. But more than ever, I simply love you. More than I love life. So, yeah, you've read this?
I've heard the song.
Oh, I thought it was an email from the 830 Recreator.
830 Recreator.
My wife can't understand why I listen to TMA, and she's always asking, what is the show even about? And I tell her it's about these 5 naughty guys with undiagnosed ADD who say literally anything that pops into their brains. They discuss important topics like OnlyFans models and their unpaid taxes, pop-up campers, Ashley Goodell commenting on Jackson's Instagram pictures, Plowsy's girlfriend backing up to the trailer hitch because he doesn't know how, sushi restaurants in other states, Bailey Technical Institute, Reds relief pitcher Ian Jabot, and pre-K graduation ceremonies. I try to explain that the show centers around one elderly fellow with asthma who can't help but hyperventilate directly into his microphone. It's fun to see him take tiny sips of Gatorade as he jealously glares at his coworker for receiving free golf shirts.
Caught that, did you?
Sometimes he checks the weather before work, and when he sees it's going to be 90 degrees, he chooses to wear a quarter-zip sweatshirt, zipped all the way up to the white pubes on his chin. That same old guy who can't stop talking about chicken livers, and Britney Spears used to begrudgingly host a sponsorless podcast called Pee Pee and Poo Poo or something like that, and his brain is so devoid of social awareness that no matter what topic is being discussed, even when his co-hosts are poignantly reflecting on their friend who recently passed, he always finds a way to weave in creepy information about the voyeur porn he watches on the dark web or pictures of the female coworker he's currently stalking. If my wife can't understand why I enjoy listening to a wrestling enthusiast desperately try to suppress a smoker's cough while ER blares in the background, she may never get the appeal of TMA. Some people may think I'm foolish, but I just can't quit you guys. Thanks, JV Golf Coach.
JV Golf Coach can't quit us.
And finally, thank you for the kind words on the Jennings Memorial video. Amy did the legwork compiling photos from family and friends, and she picked the music. All I did was execute her vision. It was an honor to be part of such a fitting tribute to our friend. I'm finishing the mashup on the Swope Sode episode 43, Remembering Jennings, that I interviewed Tim for, and it should drop later today. Hashtag Deep Tease. Oh, wow. That is good information there from Buck Swope. The dark web is a part of the internet that is not indexed by search engines. It's kind of like the club and swingers with no sign that Jon Favreau and Ron Livingston go to. Yeah. It's basically where goods and services and information and content, oftentimes illicit, can be exchanged through various internet protocols outside of the scope of law enforcement. I know a lot about voyeur porn of questionable legality. It's great. How's Ken Strode? We're going to bring that back. How about that whole? How about that whole? How about that whole deal?
Today, Iggy said VoyerWeb is a legitimate site. His picture has been on there. Last Friday, Iggy said VoyerWeb is illegal because someone took a video of him naked on Haulover Beach.
I didn't say it was illegal.
The same evidence presented to argue opposite sides of the same argument. Maybe we should get a criminal attorney to sponsor a weekly fact check of Iggy's legal advice. In the meantime, I'd like to stick to Cold War era voyeur porn from Czechoslovakia and Yugoslavia. Thanks, Doug. That's Buck Swope, and that's way after the design area to get Gold email today.
Buck Swope with a nice little email.
Well, Doug, what you got?
I kind of like the JV golf coach. You can't quit us, so I won't quit on him.
Yeah, I'm going to vote for the JV golf.
JV Golf Coach has shipped the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today. 1 day left in the Bunta Bay, and you can sign up to be the Milagro Tequila Listener of the Month. Just apply. It can take 10 seconds. You don't have to use your real name. Don't have to use your real picture. Just go to tmastl.com. It's the Milagro Tequila Listener of the Month. Taylor Twellman and I will talk it over at around 10:30. Jackson's got the Lil Piddles Expanded Weekend wrap-up coming up, and we're going to go get our asses ripped down on 101 ESPN for the next hour. So
it won't be pretty, I wouldn't think, not after that loss yesterday.
So we're going to go handle that. That's going to do it for the Plowhawk, for Action Jackson, for Kenneth Iggy Strode, from Ever the Cover, for Douglas Sullivan Vaughn. I'm Tim McKernan. This has been the Ryan Kelly Morning After from the Michelob Ultra Studios.
If you're VA eligible, there's no better loan than the Hero Loan. You can buy a home